KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the Drive, baby!
The Drive Guys, Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles. It's drive time with the Drive Guys.
And with the draft coming up tomorrow, Alan Stiles just moments ago promised us some intel. What do you got? Stiles Files, Alan's intel.
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, good to be here with you.
Yeah. Great. What do you got?
Second of all, I hope everyone had a great Father's Day.
Speaking of that, I know as crazy as everybody is about your video, which you saw me, I was watching it again today. It's not the best video to come out of the Stiles household in the last few days because I saw the video of your daughter working on her bat-to-ball skills.
Yeah,
Boom!
yeah, we're,
Boom!
off the tee is nice. We're still working on me throwing underhand to her, but, she just turned 3 in April.
Yeah.
So I think we're on a good path right now.
Definitely nice swing path, line drive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We'll work on the launch angle when she gets a little bit older. But, it was fun. Fun hanging out with the kiddos and obviously golfing. Was at Teal Bend. Played the best round I've played in maybe 2 years.
What'd you shoot?
91.
Okay.
I was cooking a little bit. And now Teal Bend is probably going to have to take the cake from my number one golf course.
Oh, wow.
In the
Okay.
Sacramento area. Just because I played it pretty well, and it's right next to my house. So I'm all in.
It's a good combination.
That's right. I'm all in.
That's
I'm
great.
all in.
But what about the intel?
All right. Okay.
Man.
A lot of conversations being had over the weekend. And the number one thing, and we talked a little bit about this yesterday, is it's a bit of a conundrum that the Kings are in when it comes to not Darius Aiyuk. I think that's pretty straightforward.
Who
right?
talked about this yesterday?
Or on Friday.
Oh,
On
okay.
Friday.
I thought I missed. Seriously, I'm not.
Yeah, or excuse me, Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday, because we had Friday off. So from what I'm hearing, Kingston Flemings is not gonna make it past 10. So the Kings probably wouldn't. That trade down scenario we talked about, I posted our clip on X, and some people responded back to me and texted me.
That
and
apparently did really well, especially with people in Oklahoma City, Thunder fans.
Yeah. A lot of people were kind of fascinated by what that would look like. So the issue or the snag was basically the idea of, hey, if you can get Kingston at 12, then great, we're all about it. From what I'm hearing, he wouldn't be there at 12. So that kind of eliminates that from the Kings' plans, because we do know how much they really want a point guard. Now, if they like LeBaron Philon Jr. more than they're leading on, or don't care, because I don't think Braden Burries would be there either, then maybe a conversation would happen. But I'm here to tell you right now, Whitey, from everything that I'm hearing, it feels pretty – after all that, just like Karl Anthony Towns says, feels pretty straightforward at what's going to happen tomorrow night.
It does look like things are lining up just the way the Kings hoped.
Yeah.
Scott Perry has played this brilliantly.
You could say that, and maybe it's a little bit of both, but, as we saw with Ace Bailey last season, if somebody likes you, it doesn't matter if you like them back or not. It just doesn't seem like the Clippers, who we already knew because of Darius Garland, but the Clippers and the Nets, it was mostly the Nets, don't have that same level of interest as what the Kings have in Darius Aiyuk. I think it's pretty much that simple.
Yeah. I really don't think what I just said, a little tongue in cheek. I don't know that Scott Perry's played it brilliantly, or things have just fallen into place. We want that guy, and nobody else wanted him as much as they did.
Right.
So then you end up presumably with a clear shot at the guy you want when your pick comes up.
Exactly. And maybe there was a little bit of, I don't know. Maybe there was a little bit of, the Nets like Aiyuk, but he wants to go to Sacramento or whatever it is. Maybe there's some of that, but if they liked him that much, they would just pick him.
The biggest wrinkle potentially in this, based on something Jay was sharing with me, not to betray any source or anything, but it looks like the Nets want Nate Ament. Some of that may be smokescreen, but if they do really want him, they might be able to trade down to get him. And if they did, they could presumably swap out of the 6th spot,
Right.
which might throw a wrench in the Kings' plans. Maybe.
Yes.
I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying right now, looking at it, it's like, wow, everything's looks pretty smooth. Well, that's something to keep an eye on potentially.
Yeah, and it would just turn into whoever they trade, and that's part of it, right? The Nets still have a level of leverage over the Kings because they could say, hey, we're willing to trade this number 6, and what if the team we trade it to, what if they like Aiyuk? What if the Grizzlies know that they're moving off of Ja?
That's something Jerry Reynolds said weeks ago.
And they say, you know what, we're going to jump up here with all the assets that we just got back from the Jaren Jackson Jr. and Desmond Bane trade, and they say we're going to accelerate this thing with Aiyuk, and we know that Ja's not going to be here. So that is the leverage that the Nets still have. So, having conversations about what Scott Perry was able to, I guess, maneuver, we basically have to see what ends up happening. Because even if he has to give up a second rounder to just switch with the Nets, right? To me, then I guess having the conversation about what he was able to maneuver doesn't matter, because they still had. If they don't have to give anything up, then we can debate back and forth. Oh yeah, maybe there was, maybe he did do X, Y, and Z. But if he has to give something up, then it wouldn't have made it. That's like, Whitey. That's like, oh yeah, I have a buddy, right? Oh, I have a buddy who owns the barber shop, but you're still paying normal price. Well, it's cool you have a buddy, but you're not really getting anything from that connection you have. Mm-hmm. So it remains to be seen. If the Kings don't have to give up anything and they get Aiyuk, then we can have that conversation. But if they have to even give up a second rounder or a couple to swap with the Nets, then that's what we wanted to avoid to begin with.
Are you buying the whole issue story, if you will, of the Nets' interest in Nate Ament?
They keep bringing it up.
They're good at just making people wonder what they really want to do.
This isn't a comparison, but would you say that the Nets, if there was a winner, because anybody in the top 3, it doesn't really matter because, they're in such a good position. But would you say out of picks, the teams that are picking 4 and down, if we had to rank their draft seasons, right? All the information that's come out, if we're ranking them, would you have the Nets number 1? How they've and obviously we would do a final ranking after tomorrow night, but
based on their ability to keep people guessing.
Yes, yeah. Because I just don't think that was the goal with the Kings. I don't think the Kings felt like their best approach was to have that level of comfort to say, oh, we want Darius Aiyuk, get Darius Aiyuk feeling good about his future in Sacramento, and that was kind of their maneuvering, and we'll see how it all shakes out tomorrow.
By the way, just 2 picks after the Kings at 7, some people are suggesting, I think Windhorst suggested perhaps, with Dusty May leaving Michigan to go to the Mavs, then maybe the Mavs are in on Mara.
Yeah. And he might just be their pick at 9, though. I mean, he's already slotted to go in the top 10.
Right.
So,
but they were a lot of people assumed that was going to be Burries.
Mm-hmm. And at that point, you look at and that's why the Bucks are so interesting, because if they could find themselves in a situation choosing between like 3 or 4 different guards, because let's assume that we don't know if it's going to be the Bucks or the Heat. But let's assume the Bucks do the Giannis deal and they get Jaylen Brown. I think they would for sure need a point guard to pair with Jaylen Brown. And then you can have an argument, okay, well, Burries is still there because the Mavs took Mara. You probably would still have it would either be Kingston or Michael would still be around. I would imagine maybe Kingston. So you can make some decisions there as well if they end up doing the deal with the Celtics.
Okay, I'm with you. You don't necessarily believe that the Nets are really in on Ament. I don't either. I mean, I don't think they dislike him much, but I don't think they'd pick him at 6. What about the narrative that the Kings are fine? If Aiyuk's gone, they know they're going to get a good player that they like nearly as much, so they wouldn't feel the need to trade up. You're not buying that, are you?
Yeah. So you're saying
you're not buying it?
No. I've never bought that, though. I've never, not at 7. So you're saying, let's say the Nets do take Aiyuk, which I don't know. Again, from what I've heard, it does feel like they like the other guards more. But if they, like that star power and Keaton is gone at 5, I still wouldn't. I still wouldn't say
Brown
no.
might be the pick.
But I did have a conversation today, and that conversation was very much in the camp of.
I saw you were talking to Verlade. You had a
That's right about the World Cup.
Okay.
And he told me he was going to win.
You're talking about a different conversation? Okay. All right.
But the conversation I had
mistake.
earlier today was basically Darius Aiyuk should be there. They're just not a level.
Sure looks that way.
Yeah. The Nets, for whatever reason, not their cup of tea, and he should be there at 7.
I appreciate you saying that in the fashion that you did, because a lot of people now, it seems like they're presenting this as if they have some kind of giant scoop or something.
Yeah.
I think we all know that's the way it looks like it's going.
Yes.
That's the way everyone involved is presenting it. So that's the way it looks right now.
Yeah. It's not going to be the Clippers. So it just turns into, are the Nets throwing a smokescreen and they like Aiyuk more than what they are telling people? And or do they do a deal with the team, like we just mentioned, the Grizzlies or whoever, that could like Aiyuk, making the Kings have to protect themselves and give up that second rounder, which still comes down to, maybe they would have had to do it anyway, but still just comes down to, we know you like Aiyuk, and we can kind of blackmail you a little bit.
What's your sense of where Kings fans are for the most part? What's the consensus here? If it is Aiyuk, is there going to be massive celebration? I think there's going to be. I think there are a few dissenters. Carmichael Deion Sanders today was kind of backpedaling on the whole, because he had been anti-Aiyuk. And, well, he's going to be a lot of fun. And, I understand all that. But what do you think the consensus is going to be? I think Kings fans will be excited with, a few exceptions, which should always be the case no matter who you're taking.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty low bar coming off this last season, so anything is going to be exciting for Kings fans. I think it's a pretty solid consolation prize to get somebody, and that's why this is why they were comfortable, not to bring it up again, but this is why they were comfortable with those homecomings and winning those games. They felt like, hey, either the basketball gods are going to bless us, but even if they don't, we still can get somebody at 7, and, it's not going to be anybody in the top 3, but Kings fans are just going to be excited, I think, to add somebody new to the mix. They're probably going to fall in love with the second rounders as well. Everybody loves those type of stories, and you just go from there. I will say, though, was watching some sports TV, if you will.
You had a weekend.
That's right. This morning, and it is still crazy to me, just the idea of, I know how they can spin it, and I will say some Kings fans are going to be happy, right? Because Aiyuk is quite the scorer, but it's all a consolation prize. I'm sitting there, and we talked about it on Thursday, but I'm just watching Malika Andrews interview AJ DeBonsa, just thinking, what could have been?
Oh, well.
I'm almost over it. Tomorrow is going to be the day when you see them, get their hats and, go to these other teams, and then I'll move forward.
How about this? You're going to need a long time to get over this from Kimberly in the chat. I thought your song was a parody of the Progressive commercial Dog Park. Then
they were talking about
a
that
goofy emoji, so she may be kidding, but I don't know.
They were talking about that on the morning show. I think they play it on the morning show a good bit. How it's so it just gets stuck in your head. Hey, well, if it gets stuck in your head, that that's what we like.
You're
to
okay
hear.
with that?
I'm okay with that.
All right, Daniel Silva. Who's in worse shape, Alan? Are Giants or Kings? Brutal either way.
Brutal either way. Both have top picks coming up in their respective drafts.
There's no question. The Giants are in much worse shape right now than the Kings.
It's the Giants.
Yes.
It's definitely the Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not even close.
Yeah. You got a couple exit strategies with the Kings, with LaVine expiring, DeMar expiring. You're just getting started with Devers.
You ever seen that before, Jay? Guys, they go pinch run for him. He's like, no, get back.
Nah, I ain't never seen that.
He shooed him.
Some out the movie.
Yeah.
He shooed him.
Right.
He said, go.
Yeah.
And if you're Jonah Cox, what are you?
They've already made the change.
Yeah. The ump had to tell Devers, you're not in the game.
Yeah.
You have to leave. And Tony Vitello was wilding. Hey, Jay, he said, no, he was just telling us he was good to go. He was good to run. What are we doing?
And then Jace Tingler tries to give Devers a swat in the fanny.
Yeah.
He avoids it.
Yeah. This is a circus. An absolute circus. Ridiculous.
Yeah. I know that he showed up as manager, and I know that his manager has struggled with some of the things that major league managers usually do in their sleep. But I think Devers is just kind of an odd duck, as they used to say.
Right.
And I think that was a mistake to hitch their wagon to him the way they did.
Buster just doesn't know. Everything we know about Buster, it feels like he's been on a war path to just do the opposite. Right? Oh, this guy may be a bit of a headache and is on a bloated contract. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's trade one of our best young arms and up and coming outfielders for him and be stuck with him for 8 years. Oh, we have older vets and bad contracts. Yeah, let's go get a manager that's never coached and or played in Major League Baseball. That seems like it'll work. It just nothing Buster has done has made a lot of sense besides, also, we're going to focus on pitching and defense and sign 2 bargain bin pitchers who won in Adrian Hauser, who they gave 2 years to, is now in the bullpen.
Yeah.
Now in the bullpen.
That'll shore up that bullpen.
Oh, well, it should do that. It's an expensive bullpen piece, but it's definitely the Giants in worse shape.
What do you make of this? Yeah, no question. Alan, we got this from Aaron Mick in the chat. Wouldn't the Nets act like they're into Auff if they wanted the Kings to trade up? That would be one strategy, but that might be too obvious.
Yeah.
So I think the way they've done it is actually assuming that a lot of it is a smokescreen. It's even more clever because the Kings, if they're worried about the Nets, it's like, we don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. Would you, I know it would just be a mini version of this, but it would still be literally trading up. I don't want to hear anybody tomorrow night. If the Kings have to move up to 6, it doesn't matter if it's 1 second. They still had to trade up after this season, and I still think it's a bad look.
Oh, you think people would try to say, "Oh, it's not really trading up.
Yeah, it's not really a trade
move.
up. It was 1 second. It's not, they basically were already, no, not to me. It's still, not to me. It would still come off as if after this terrible season.
So you don't want to give up anything.
I mean, it doesn't really matter what I want to do. I'm just not going to let people say, oh, they didn't really have to trade up. They gave a second. No, they did. If they do.
If they did.
Now, look, from what I've heard, I don't think that they have to. But for what I could be hearing and that information where it's coming from, that could be all part of a larger net smokescreen, which is why the Kings will probably have to protect themselves tomorrow night if they really want Auff.
I read something about Auff today that I think maybe we'd all kind of surmised, but it's the first time I've actually heard someone state it. Perhaps someone else did and I just missed it. Remember when the Kings drafted Maxime Reynaud last year? His coach was nice enough to come on like any show that asked him, he'd come on.
Right.
He was on our show. And I know that people were concerned about Maxime Reynaud's defense. And one of the things that the coach said was, he was so important to us last year that we didn't want him in foul trouble.
Right.
So we didn't want him to commit fouls, so he didn't play very good defense. Jay Billis says today that the same thing happened with Auff. He says that he was so important to their offense that they couldn't afford him risking fouls. Now, that could be one reason why he was not fully engaged at that end.
Yeah.
It's just like, no, we don't want you to. We want you playing kind of a rover. We'd rather give up some points than have you in foul trouble, because if you're in foul trouble, we got no chance.
Yeah.
Maybe that eases, some of the concern about his defense.
Yeah, I mean, I would say this. Maxime Reynaud and Stanford, they weren't doing what Arkansas was doing, right? And I saw this stat on Arkansas that I think Auff was the only guy in that starting lineup under like 6'6" or 6'7", something like that. So I don't know. I would more so say it just wasn't really his job and he had a lot of help versus, hey, don't get – because that doesn't really jive to me. Because Arkansas had so much talent, they could have, hey, go. If you get in foul trouble, then stop. It's very simple. You don't just start off. No. They had a level
Don't
of
guard
talent.
anybody. Don't commit a
They
foul.
could have they could have two first rounders with Malik Thomas. So they had and Trayvon Brazil and others. So they had plenty of talent. I don't look at it the same way as your center for Stanford getting into foul trouble. I don't buy it the same way.
Right. But then you have Aaron pointing out, well, Reynaud's not a good defender. Yeah, that's some of it could just be basically making excuses, trying to, really rationalize. That guy's a bad defender. Yeah, well, that's okay because we didn't want him to get in foul trouble. So that's one of the concerns with Auff. How about this, Alan? From Kyle, what are the chances of getting another first-round pick? I know that's a popular narrative amongst Kings media and on social media. Oh, the Kings really want to get back in the first round. Of course they do. It's going to be really hard to do.
Yeah.
I don't see them doing it. Fingers crossed. I hope they do. I don't think they will.
If you think that they're going to, my question to you is how?
Exactly.
Right? Because it's all comes back to Sabonis. I know it's been hot and cold with the Raptors. Oh, would they do this? Would they do that? Just doesn't feel like a lot of teams are willing to give up a first in this draft, which is what we've been saying. This draft is so important. Everybody's valuing their picks on such a high level. That is why, and some people have been hitting me up saying, why are you so obsessed with the trade down thing? It just was my only way of I guess, foreseeing the Kings getting another pick. Because you can't trade Keegan, right, because of the extension. And you have Domantas Sabonis, who basically doesn't seem like he has that value. So it's just the paths. So if you want another, that's how I viewed the Kings' path to get another first. Maybe there's one that we're not thinking of. We'll see tomorrow night.
And maybe you guys can help me out with this. I'm hearing about some things that I don't understand, specifically these quote-unquote Zach LaVine trade rumors. Here's all I have on that. Other players regarded as potentially available and said to interest Detroit. Again, that's potentially available, said by somebody to interest Detroit, include Kobe White, Isaiah Joe, and possibly even Zach LaVine, now that he's heading into the final year of a massive contract. So now I'm hearing about, there's these Zach LaVine Pistons trade rumors. What? I mean, am I missing something? Because there's not much there. There's barely anything there.
Right.
This is not the basis of a trade rumor, in my humble opinion. Am I missing something?
No. I mean, not from what I've heard.
Yeah.
And the only path, and again, it would be I believe a sign and trade situation because LaVine wants more years on his deal. Obviously, he wants that 50. And here's the thing. We have another example of what Zach LaVine's perfect life would look like because Trae Young opts out of the Wizards deal. Everybody, I saw King's Twitter, oh my goodness, see, Zach, you can do it too. Just wait. Now, what happened today? Trae Young signed a 4-year extension for $212 million. That's good for $53 million a year. Why the Wizards chose to give Trae Young $53 million a year, I have no clue.
They like him a lot.
But I can tell you this much. Ain't nobody giving Zach LaVine $53 million a year.
I think Travis Schlenk, who was with the Hawks when they drafted Trae, I think he's with Washington now.
So there's that. Maybe
might
there's
have
something
to do with it. Yeah,
that's the problem. The team that would probably give Zach LaVine that, the team he's already on, because he's already there. So that's the problem when trying to get rid of him. That's it.
And then you're hearing, again, chattering about Toronto and Domas, and I mean, to me, we look at this stuff very closely. We hear things. To me, there's just not very much there.
Well, it just turns into
not yet.
Hey, what's up? You guys want to take Jakob Poeltl yet? No, you trying to give up that first yet? No. All right, peace.
Yeah, and then it's like, they were talking.
Yeah. Check back in another 2 weeks for them to do the same thing. Something has to give. It's like Shark Tank. Somebody has to say, okay, well, we can do 25% for that stock in my company. Or you lower the price. But right now it feels like neither side is doing that.
So how you feeling about the draft and the Kings and how it sets up for them?
I think they're gonna get Aiyuk.
Yeah, looks like it.
I think they're gonna get Aiyuk. So that was my kind of plan A when we did that draft guide. So now go get you, like I said, Tyler Nickel in the second round, that second pick of the second round, and go get a Trayvon Brazile or a Baba Miller for defense, something like that, and you rock and roll from there. And all three of those guys, in my opinion, should be able to get pretty solid time their first year in the league.
Well, as you can see already, and you should already know this, you have questions. We have all the answers with the draft coming up tomorrow. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Got any thoughts, questions, suggestions? We're back with that. And would the league be better off with Giannis in Miami or Boston? Next with the Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
On the Matt and Kayla Show, context is very important.
I will stick my bare hand and scoop out literally anything on a plate.
Is that sanitary?
Man, I'm hungry. I'm doing some juicing.
Does that mean what I think it means?
Derail a radio show because my dog got hit in the face with a treat. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tara Berg in the KCRA3 weather center for your Monday. Plenty of sunshine to get out and enjoy, but it's going to run a touch warmer today. Plan for those daytime highs to peak in the lower 90s, while that Delta breeze to cool us off into the evening drops us back to the 50s first thing Tuesday morning. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
We've seen every kind of golf swing. Some smooth, some, let's just say, innovative. And that's why Hagen Oaks offers Total Game Fitting. The TrackMan-powered player performance studio shows what your swing is really doing. Ping's Ball-Nemic Ball Fitter finds a ball that behaves. The Hagen Oaks Putter Fitting Studio helps turn almost into yes. And FootJoy's 3D foot scanner builds stability from the ground up. At Hagen Oaks, we don't judge your game, we fix it. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Better fit, more fun. Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
Remember the days of real country music? Now you can get your favorite classic country every day on 105.1 HD3 The Ranch. Listen to The Ranch on the free KNCI app or anytime at 105.1 HD3.
It's time for your Sactown Scouting Report, breaking down the top prospects for the Sacramento Kings ahead of the 2026 NBA Draft.
Final Kings Big Board.
The Kings are sitting at pick 7 and outside of the expected top 4. The biggest question is simple. Which guard should they believe in most? Sacramento needs creation, upside, and a long-term answer at point guard. This final big board sorts through the risks, fits, and star swings to stack the realistic options before draft night.
Read the entire breakdown from Brendan Nunez right now at SactownSports.com. Presented by Power Business Technology. Copiers and printers for all your office needs. Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
According to Shams, and I think he couched this by saying it's believed or expected. Again, it's like, well, believed or expected by whom? But the point is there's a lot of people who feel that Giannis will be dealt somewhere by the draft tomorrow. And the two leading contenders, according to reports, are the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics close behind. Which would be better, Alan, in your opinion, for the NBA? Giannis as a member of the Miami Heat or Giannis as a member of the Boston Celtics?
Well, I think it would probably be better for the NBA if he goes to Boston, as far as, Boston just being not a super team, but everybody would have their eyes on Boston. But I would also make the argument that the Heat become an even bigger brand. And we all have that random friend that likes the Heat for some reason. Heat have a good following, don't get me wrong. But if Giannis went to the Heat, people are going to watch the Celtics anyway.
The Heat are kind of dormant right now.
Yes.
And the Celtics are, they had a wonderful season. They're still going to be the Celtics, although they're probably, if they don't make this deal, they'll have to figure out something with Jaylen Brown because he just seems like, again, one of those guys that's just really unhappy.
Well,
and if the Celtics are the Celtics and then you get another superstar in Miami and revive that franchise, you're probably better off as a league.
I think so, too. And the whole thing with Jaylen Brown at this point, you almost have to move him, right? I mean, to have all these conversations.
He seems like, I want to be the guy somewhere.
Yeah. And, I don't know being the guy in Milwaukee or any of these other teams. I guess you talk about contingency plans for 4 teams. If Boston, you would assume, has something in place or is working on something in case they don't get Giannis.
Yeah. And I don't know if he's really going to go anywhere by draft time, but I do know that it's good for ESPN televising the draft to have people tuning in thinking, hey, maybe Giannis is going to get traded.
I mean, Shams is just
jaded, but
right. And these Shams posts are going to really tick Jay off because it's just a lot of nothing burgers as well. But
Jay could have his own post if you wanted to. I'll just say that.
That's right.
Yeah. That dude Shams is like, if and when it happens, Shams is going to be 1 for 20 with Giannis.
Uh-huh.
He's going to be under the Mendoza line
do
for
a
sure.
Mic drop, too. Like, told you.
Yeah.
We were the first to have it.
Giannis is going to be traded for the last 3 years.
And, eventually he was going to be right.
Right.
He was going to be right. I was thinking about this, and as we get ready for the draft, and you were asking me, Whitey, how Kings fans should feel, of course, call in 916-339-1140, call line, text line, and we see you on the YouTube. Run those numbers up. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I thought about this, Whitey. Let's go around the league as you brought up the Celtics, okay? The Celtics, a couple of years removed from winning a championship.
Mm-hmm.
Now they are stuck between a rock and a hard place with Jaylen Brown, who Jaylen Brown didn't really do anything, right? Like nothing really happened besides Tatum got injured, and there's always just been this conversation between Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, who's the alpha, who's the number one. So a former champion about to retool, if you will, on some level. The Thunder, they were the defending champs. Couple bad injuries kind of mess up their season. And now all of a sudden they're trying to figure out what they're going to do with their 3 pieces that are very expensive and all of that. The Spurs just went to the finals. Man, they're about to take over the league forever. One bad final showing. Mitch Johnson got to go. De'Aaron's a terrible contract. This all just happened. The Nuggets, I think everybody would trade in the experiences they've had as Kings fans to be a Nuggets fan, just from the championships and things like that. The Nuggets are about to blow it up on some level.
Minnesota's also looking at some of those existential issues.
And I get it, and I understand that we'd love to be in those situations, but Kings fans, you can enjoy this because the highs become very fast and they leave even
Alan,
faster.
They just won 22 games. Are you drinking King's Kool-Aid?
No, I'm not drinking
Celsius?
King's Kool-Aid. I'm just saying.
Enjoy what?
Just enjoy the fact that you are in a position to start something.
Okay.
A lot of these teams, like the Timberwolves, have no clue what they're going to do. They love Anthony Edwards, I'm sure. They're about to, all T-Wolves fans are about to get anxious because once Giannis gets moved, who you think ESPN going to focus on and try to get that narrative and get him out of that the small market team? That's going to be Anthony Edwards.
I hear you. It's like you get a map, and getting the map and figuring out where to go and then starting on your journey. You're feeling optimistic. You get closer and closer and closer. The teams that don't win it, like the teams you mentioned, it's like they arrive where they're supposed to be, and it's like, wait, it's not here.
Yeah.
Now, where do we go and how do we get there?
Right. So enjoy. I know it's been tough, and I've been probably the most pessimistic on the airwaves, but
little bit.
There is a world where you can say, hey, we're starting something new, right? We don't know. There's so much hope.
Someone's coming after you, Alan.
There's so much hope filled. Who's coming after me?
K. Sarah King, spoken like an outsider.
What does that even mean?
I think it means you don't understand. I don't mean to speak for K. Sarah Kings. To me, it means you don't understand what we've been through. But I
mean, what is that? What does that mean, though?
I didn't see that flaw in what you said.
But what does that mean, though? I mean, the Kings have stunk, right? So I'm saying at this point in time, at least you can enjoy something.
Acuff mania. What the hell is Alan talking about?
Fine. I'll just get back to being pessimistic. I tried. That's why I don't try to be positive. The Kings stink. Is that better?
I get your point, but it is, it's you're a long ways from anything really worse.
All I'm saying is that things happen very fast in this league. And right now, things are so bad with the Kings, you can just enjoy tomorrow. There's no worrying. You don't have a star to worry about leaving. You're on you're starting the cycle. Right. A lot of these teams don't know where they are in the cycle, and they might lose Anthony Edwards. They might lose some of these pieces with really nothing to show for it besides some nice playoff runs.
I think you're right, except for one thing that I'm sure you're aware of, and that is just if you're a Kings fan, you're looking at, okay, some of this is coming together, but we still got these albatross contracts weighing us down, and it's going to be hard to get anywhere.
Look, if you, like I said, you want to be pessimistic, then fine. I mean, the reality is, you stuck either way. So I'm trying to put lipstick on a pig, maybe, but I mean, obviously you'd rather be a team that tends to make the playoffs. All I'm saying is that these teams get crowned so quickly, and a lot can happen in a matter of.
I think you're right. Yeah, you're right. But I do understand why some Kings fans would be like, if there was just a way to get off of some of this money, we're close to being in a spot where, got freed up cash, got some flexibility now, reasons for optimism. They're that close, but still you got those, you got Zach coming off the books now. Zach's not even the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're so close. Worst case scenario, you have him one more year.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So buckle up.
And what I hear, the Pistons are just head over heels for him. That thing's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Any minute
probably by the end of the show, that deal will happen.
4th of July fireworks.
Yeah.
That's what's going on there. Rob M. says, I can't agree with that, Alan. Until the Kings are good, there's not much to enjoy. I don't care about other teams. I care about the Kings. From Rob M. Well, then don't enjoy tomorrow. Nobody's making you. Nobody's making you.
I think Alan made a good
Nobody's
point.
making anybody enjoy anything. Okay? They took the trash. Like I'm saying, they took the trash out today, Whitey. And you can you can say, hey, sometimes trash smells worse than others.
Yeah.
And I was trying to tell you, hey, that trash is not so bad. It's been nastier before. It's still not good. It's still trash, but hopefully it gets picked up one day.
Do you think the Kings could be decent next year? Entertaining?
No, I guess I'm not allowed to think that because I didn't grow up. I wasn't born in Sacramento. So I don't even know what I'm supposed to say, if I'm supposed to be negative or positive.
Yeah.
I
don't know if you're aware
sure.
of this, Alan. Acuff Mania says they had a guaranteed top 5 pick before they messed it all up. Did you even know that?
Oh, my goodness.
Were you even aware of that?
Oh, yeah, no. I was very much in the camp of all those homecomings, specifically the Clippers one and the Raptors one. I loved those homecomings this whole time.
Kimberly says, now they can't tank anymore. You have just torn the scab off.
I mean, what?
And I know what you were saying. You were trying to say, hey, you know what? If you squint a little bit,
I'm just saying things happen quick. I'm just saying here's the thing. all these moments, right? When it was Bagley over Luka, before you knew, double down, before you knew that was going to be one of the worst picks ever, you went into the draft and you're excited. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a very rare, I'll flip this on you. What was his name? Queso? What was his name? Queso Sarah, I'll flip this on you. Queso?
Yeah.
I'll flip it on you, Queso. At the end of the day, you have not had much to cheer for the Kings or to be hopeful about. This is a very rare opportunity. It's very rare. You tell me, K-Sarah. Maybe it happens a lot. I don't think so. I'm out there in Concord. I'm not too far. I got television I can watch. Okay, I've seen some things. So you tell me.
What do you call Concord? Seaville? What do you call
SeaWorld. Shout out SeaWorld. So I'm out there in 925. I know it's not the 916, but I've seen what the Kings have been up to.
Alan, I didn't want to have to tell you this, but since you've become a big recording star, you've lost touch with the common people.
It happens quick.
Clearly.
It happens quick. You get off one, what is it, Jay, nowadays? I get off my G6 jet one time, and now people treating me different.
Right.
I'm still the same old A-Sizzle.
Yeah.
I'm still the same old Al.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
It's your boy.
But you've become insensitive to
I'm not insensitive. I'm trying to help.
Fans.
Hold on. 916-339-1140. Who is excited about tomorrow? I know you out there. Don't be scared. Somebody's got to be excited. You got the top 7 pick. Yeah, you could have had top 3, but we can't talk about that now. Yeah, all you have to do is not fall for the Warriors and Curb subbing out their players in that final game.
Positive, Allen, is an acquired taste.
I'm just saying, at least your top 7.
Yeah, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. We roll on the day before the draft with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
On the Matt and Kayla Show, context is very important.
I will stick my bare hand and scoop out literally anything on a plate.
Is that sanitary?
Man, I'm hungry. I'm doing some juicing.
Does that mean what I think it means?
Derail a radio show because my dog got hit in the face with a treat. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Hi, this is Adam Johnson, owner of Golf Fitness Solutions. Exercise and golf have been 2 important activities in my life. I opened Golf Fitness Solutions in 2013 to help my fellow golf enthusiasts improve their posture, relieve their pain, gain strength and endurance, and most importantly, hit the ball farther. From beginners to professionals, I've had success working with all ages and all skill levels, and I can help you too. Located in Carmichael, call us at 916-802-5175 or go to golffitnesssolutions.com.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 30% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Today we tip our wrench to Rock Auto customer Jeremy.
When I was a kid, I used to spend hours watching my stepdad work on cars. It really turned into something special, and now I work on all my own cars. I heard about Rock Auto the first time just doing an internet search. I couldn't recommend Rock Auto enough. Fact is, my kids go there to buy. I tell my neighbors about them. I tell pretty much everybody about them.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
MoonPay X Games Sacramento 2026 is taking on Cal Expo this summer. Catch live music performances and more than 100 top skate, BMX, and Moto X athletes compete. June 26th through June 28th. Get your tickets now at xgames.com.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Thunder, feel the thunder. It's the energy all around you. Lightning and the thunder. The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration. The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
So Alan Stiles just tried to put a little bit of a smiley face on the Kings' current situation. Just a little bit. And hasn't been well received.
No.
Yeah, a lot of people responding with a kind of approach like, well, you just don't understand us. You don't get it.
So nobody, well, here's the thing. Let's call a spade a spade. When we crunch these numbers and our ratings and things like that, the timing of all of it matters, right? Mm-hmm. So our numbers, the morning show, midday, our show now, even on YouTube, doing pretty well. There are a lot of people in here. Yeah. So everybody's in here, but nobody's excited about the draft. You're just here to talk about how disappointed you're ready to be. I don't think that's it. It's okay to, have a little bit of hope. I get it. It's just a protection. You're protecting yourself.
It's a defense mechanism.
Yeah,
Chuck
right.
Lee
I
says,
understand.
I'm excited but extremely worried. Kimberly says, well, my dad used to say growing up, even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while.
Case Sarah has...
Case Sarah.
Case Sarah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that a song?
Yeah. It's a French. It means like...
Whatever will be, will be.
Uh-huh.
See?
Yeah.
You didn't know I knew that.
Well, you thought it was cheese.
No, because I thought we were beefing. But now, anxious and cautiously optimistic. Alan just giving you a hard time. Appreciate your vibe. Hey, que sera.
Uh-huh.
And that's so perfect. That's a perfect terminology for tomorrow, everyone. Whatever will be, will be.
Yeah. There's your follow-up hit right there.
No, that's not going to. See, now you have people saying, I'm excited for the draft. And someone else said, I'm excited because the Kings might trade back into the first. And where did you hear something like that? Well, a couple different places, but this is from Jake Gaden.
Yeah.
NBA draft notes. So Jake is in NY. He is in New York right now. Sacramento is expected to select Darius Aiyuk at number 7 if he's available.
Shocking.
The Kings are looking at ways to re-enter the late first round. Multiple avenues to do so. There is absolutely nothing on any Domantas Sabonis Toronto deal. The Raptors have completely backed off their interest, and that was at 12:32 today. Okay, so you can the main focus that I have from those notes, great notes from our guy Jake, but the main one is the Kings are looking at ways to re-enter the first round, multiple avenues to do so. The only avenues I can think of, if the Domantas Sabonis thing is pretty frozen right now, it would just be future assets, right, Whitey? I don't know what player type deal is going to get you back into the first. It has to be, hey, we are going to give up a protected 2027 and 2029 or something like that. And that's a 2-for-1 if you really like the draft this much. That's what I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a team.
They may still be talking to the team that I've been thinking we should all be keeping a close eye on, which is OKC again.
Mm-hmm. Right. And
that
initially,
would be one avenue. If we're just identifying potential avenues, there's one.
Well, we know OKC wanted to basically trade their picks to move up.
Yeah.
Not necessarily just, kick the can down the road. But if they weren't able to do that, to your point, if, hey, nobody from 5, they're 12 already. So,
yeah.
Hey, 5 doesn't want to move, 6 doesn't want to move, and 7 doesn't want to move. Okay, well, then we'll just kick the can on
potentially
our later pick.
Maybe.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I also think that the Clippers, I know that all the Keaton Wagler back and forth, how the Clippers seem to like him, so he declined to work out with the Kings. So it doesn't feel like the Clippers are going to trade out. I don't know why. This is starting to remind me of when Shams a couple years ago, when was that? He said this could be the craziest trade deadline or offseason, and it was pretty chill. I don't know.
Seems like it was just the last one, but
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Because
I've been thinking that too. I think tomorrow might be kind of those deals just didn't happen.
It just didn't happen. And it's so hard to do anything these days with the aprons and all of it. And everybody is valuing these first rounders so much, the prices might just be insane for everyone.
Yeah, and everyone knows that this is a rich draft. So when we hear about the Kings or any team wanting to get back in the first round, well, everybody does.
Right. And if you don't have players that are viewed as, if you don't have an AJ Mitchell or somebody that is viewed as even Ryan Rollins, right? I mean, I think Ryan Rollins could even be viewed as, hey, we'll take him instead of a pick, whatever it is. The Kings just don't have any of that. They do not have any of that. Because I don't think there's any world, Whitey, where you can trade, even if they're protected, 2 protected first to get back into this first round, so 2027, 2029. You wouldn't do that, right? You can't do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can't. Mm-hmm. I mean, if it's super protected, maybe, but...
So what are the other potential avenues?
That's why I don't know. Unless there's a DeAndre Hunter.
Even though Jake Gayden said, the Toronto thing looks like it's dead, is that a potential avenue? Are we still including that? A deal with the Raptors?
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not. The Hornets, we know that kind of died out. But, yeah, I'm not personally seeing it. Unless it's, a bunch of seconds, maybe. Maybe if it's OKC, I don't know. And give up. I think any conversation, Whitey, would probably start with those two seconds that the Kings have, right? Maybe it's a protected first and those 2 seconds, maybe that gets it done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of Kings fans went in here, a couple at least, about PTSD. And that's what Kings fans are feeling, to the extent that even those who are very excited about tomorrow are reluctant to share that. They feel like the basketball gods will punish them for being optimistic.
Right.
Given what they've been through in the past.
It's always going to be something.
Mm-hmm.
916, the only Kings fans excited for tomorrow are ones that haven't paid attention for years or are brand new. So no real Kings fan is excited for tomorrow. It's just another opportunity for disappointment. Come on, y'all. Dang. I came in here off of Selly.
That's either very depressing or really good trolling. Maybe both.
I had my Celsius today ready to rock and roll. We had, long weekend, refreshed, ready to go.
I think it's kind of that LeBron thing. When you come in and you're optimistic, I think Kings fans like, nuh-uh, anybody but you.
Alan, no. Alan, you play your role. Don't you switch up now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now some of you are coming in, a couple 5-3-0s. The draft is the most positive thing to look forward to with this team. I'm with you, Alan. See?
Yeah.
That's right. Now, it's tough for me, and I'm opening up here because it's tough for me because I did want to have arguments with Jay about Darren Peterson. I did want to have arguments with you about remember Cam Boozer? Remember when you were riding for Cam Boozer?
I didn't think I was ever riding for Cam Boozer. I was definitely riding for Darren Peterson.
You were riding for Cam Boozer in that, nope, people need to talk about him more.
Yeah, okay.
Then you
that's
said,
true.
I'm not going to do it, but somebody needs to talk. So I went through this, all the negativity. I went through all of that at that River Cats game the day of the lottery. That's when I went through this.
You watch, when they draft Auff, Scott Perry, when he meets with the media, Scott Perry and whoever else talks to the media, it's going to be, we would have taken him if we had the third pick.
Of course.
So it didn't matter that we didn't end up with a better pick because
Yeah.
this is still who we were going to take.
Yep.
And fans are going to say, yes.
Yep. That's what they're going to say. And obviously it all comes down to how.
And it might even be true.
Yeah. It would have been interesting. We now, we'll never know. But it would have been interesting if they did get that top 3 pick and where they would have went. Because I do tend to believe in what Scott Perry is saying about this Auff stuff, assuming that is what he says. This was always our guy.
Yeah.
They laid it out early enough.
Yep.
Matt George was on it. Those reports came out, even though you might argue which side put out the information. We knew that they were interested early. If they end up with him, that's clearly going to be the spin. We got our guy.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter how. Hey, so you know what, Kings fans? We got to show our players how to win a little bit. We got to show Maxime Reynaud how to win. We got to show all our guys, Nick Clifford, how to win. We did it the right way, and we still got our guy. It's a new day, Kings fans. That's what they'll say.
Allen had his turn at the plate, his turn at the dish, trying to say something positive about the Kings. My turn comes up next. Tell you how the Kings draft luck has already changed for the better. Even before tomorrow's draft, that's next on Sactown Sports.
The X Games are coming to Sacramento. Join Kayla Anderson at Sactown Sports 1140 at Cal Expo from June 26th through the 28th to watch the top action sports athletes in the world go head-to-head with 3 days of high-octane competition, BMX, skateboarding, and Moto X, plus live music from global electronic music icon Cascade, Grammy-winning producer Artist Mustard, and DJ Subtronics. Get your tickets today at xgames.com. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram in Woodland. What's happening, Chad, for Chrysler's Make This the Summer events?
Right now, you can save up to $15,000 off MSRP on one of America's most popular trucks, the new 2026 Ram 1500 Crew Cab. Plus, with an EPA estimated 22 mpg, you're going to save big at the pump.
That's so important, especially with the gas tax going up next month.
A new Ram could be what you need to cut your fuel costs long term. Plus, you'll enjoy best-in-class luxurious cabin comfort in the most luxurious Ram 1500 ever. And with over 600 Rams available, you won't find a better selection of new Ram trucks in stock and ready for you to drive home today.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
15,000 total net savings after factory incentive and dealer discounts. Incentives include $500 on-the-job upfit for eligible upfit, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance on eligible trade-in, 500 Hoblet business owner bonus for verified business owners, and 9,500 dealer discount. 10th this net savings. See dealer for details.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Everyone loves to be outside, and so do mosquitoes. Protect yourself against mosquitoes and West Nile virus by following these simple tips. At least once a week, look around your yard and drain stagnant water from any containers where mosquitoes can breed. Remember to use an effective mosquito repellent, especially at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. Close all doors and be sure screens are in good working condition. At the Mosquito and Vector Control District, we're here to help. Visit us at fightthebite.net.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Alan tried last hour to get fans feeling a little more positive about where the Kings are. And initially, Alan, I think your efforts were rebuffed. But now, because you dared to get the ball rolling, and there was a little recoil initially, but now it's starting to roll. We have even K. Sarah Kings looking at this roster. Starters, Flemings, LaVine, Keegan, Precious, Sabonis, Bench, Max, DeMar, Monk, Cliff, Carter, Hunter, Cardwell. Isn't that a good roster? Isn't that a good roster? I don't know if that's what it's going to look like, but isn't that a good roster?
It's better.
Positive note there.
Yeah, it's better than it was. Definitely better than it was. I would be pretty surprised if it is Flemings, though. I'll say that. I'd be pretty surprised. And that's not necessarily just an A-Cup thing. I do think A-Cup will be available and they'll take him, but even if it wasn't A-Cup, does feel like this Fleming stuff has really cooled off.
And as things start to fall into place, at least they appear to be falling into place, it looks like the teams picking ahead of the Kings that are looking at guards really are emphasizing a little bit of size.
A little bit of size and upside, and that's been the back and forth with Kingston Flemings and those arguments. Somebody, a lot of these teams are trying to leave here with the star, with somebody with some star power. And these teams need it. As you get a little bit deeper in the draft, you might need or you might value somebody like a Kingston Flemings. I don't think he ain't getting past 10. I don't believe he's getting past 10, or I would be surprised. I think the Kings would like him at 12. I don't know how much the Kings like him at 7.
This week in basketball, I'm not excited for the draft. Who they draft is who they draft. It's just as much about development. Will this new player be developed right in a legit system or be trade bait in 3 years like Keegan has been? Well, I would just say this. I think some of the Kings' luck has already changed. And I think it's the luck that has to do with the draft. The Kings, as we know, historically have had some woeful luck in the draft. Drafting players that didn't turn out, having players fall to them in their lap. They thought, yes, get that guy. Ended up being bad picks that kept them from getting the likes of Dame Lillard. But you look at the fact that they drafted well last year, it would appear. Too early to say for sure. But can't we say, wow, last year you got back in, you got Nick Clifford, he was pretty good. You got Maxime, he was really good.
Yeah.
So last year they drafted well. You also have the fact that they appear to really be looking for a point guard. They have a need and they want to address that need this year. And wow, how about it? this is a great year, or so it appears, to be drafting a point guard. Oh, that's kind of fortunate.
Yes.
Yes. And then you also have the fact that they're ready to take Aiyuk. That's who they've wanted, and it looks like he's probably going to be there. How about that? You see, I'm telling you, their draft luck, and it's all about what they do with that luck. But, Ellen, it's starting to change. It's already changed.
Yeah, things have definitely fallen into place. I mean, like we said, if another team, now obviously if Indiana kept their pick, they wouldn't have needed an Aiyuk type player either. But
boy, they had some bad draft luck.
Terrible draft luck. But it could have been another team instead of the Clippers, and that would have put the Kings in a much tough spot. The team sitting at 5 is a team who drafted probably the only guard in the league that's shorter than Darius Aiyuk, so you just can't run both of those out there. Now, again, the Clippers if they want, the Nets if they want to, just make the Kings sprinkle a little something on top just to make sure you get them. Cool, but, it's not going to be anything crazy. I still think it would not be a bad look, but be a rough ending to all this. But either way, seems like the Kings found a way to get their guy, and some of the things that you've laid out have worked out for them so far. Scott Perry comes into town, and it's taken a little bit longer. I mean, you could be looking at a world where if you don't have the worst injury luck ever, this is not going to be about the Kings making the playoffs, but I think you could be looking at a world where you're able to offload a lot of that money. And I know, hey, I'm a fan. It's not my money. I don't care. But you'd be able to get some things back. You could be looking at a world where DeAndre Hunter comes back and, what if he has a Precious Achiuwa type season? Or that up until the trade deadline. He's expiring. Somebody needs a 3-and-D wing like that. Zach LaVine's coming off the books either way. Domantas Sabonis is probably due for a bounce-back season. So you could end up with a lot more capital than you currently have to kind of jumpstart this. And, that's what you got to think about on days like this, not the fact that, unfortunately they don't have a top 3 pick, but they are getting closer to clearing this stuff out.
Given that Domas is coming off the injury and he makes a lot of money, I just don't see any world in which this offseason they're going to get close to value for him. Sure, teams are going to come poking around, and, teams still look at the Kings the way a lot of fans do. It's like, it's the Kings. Who knows what they're going to do, We'll give you an old microwave for Domas. That's worth a try. Kings aren't going to do that. So I think they're going to have to dedicate the first part of the year before the deadline to part of it'll be showing teams, look, this guy can still play.
Yeah. It's neat
stuff. You
stuff.
get something for him at the deadline, but no one's going to just pay through the nose for Domas right now. It's not going to happen.
No. And I mean, it's pretty rare, to be fair. It's pretty rare to win 22 games and have a bunch of pieces that are viewed as desirable, because if you only won 22 games, there probably wasn't a lot to write home about. And the only thing to write home about this past season were the rookies, who you're obviously not going to move. So it shouldn't be very surprising that the Kings probably wish that they were maybe slightly better, because maybe that would have made this offseason a little bit more enticing for some of their big pieces. But I think they're just prepared to go into this season and hopefully get some value back for some of their vets.
I was operating under the semi-assumption that Westbrook would be back next year, and I just don't know. I'm not sure. If you draft Darius Aiyuk, he's going to want to play a lot, and you're going to want to play him a lot. And I think for Russ, it'd be difficult to be, we know you're a great mentor, but you're not going to play that much. I just don't know that he'd want to sign up for that.
Yeah.
So I just don't know. I'd been assuming it. Now I feel like I'd say it's like 30-70 that he'll be back.
30 that he will. So 30 that he will be back, and 70 that he won't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you look at some of these mock drafts as well, for example, I just saw one, I believe it was Yahoo, and they had obviously Aiyuk. Then they had Baba Miller. Then they had Ryan Conwell, who is a 6'3" shooting guard.
We've talked about him. Yeah.
So if you draft 2 guards, I know lead guard, not lead guard. If you draft 2 guards, you still have Neek. You still have Devin Carter.
And you're hoping those guys can play.
Right. You're hoping that this is part of the turnaround because right here, they have Ryan Conwell at 34. You could argue he could have been a first-round pick. I know he's a senior, but everybody's saying, hey, those first 5 in the second round, those are dang near first-rounders because of how strong this draft is. I don't see any playing time for Russ.
So it might even be closer to 25-75 or 20-80.
Yeah, and that's what this is why I said it from Jump Street. This is what it was always going to be when you realize that the Kings have 3 dudes coming in and they could sign some guys like they did Dylan
and
this
don't
past
forget,
season.
When you talk about the guards, as far as we know, Malik is still part of that.
And Malik.
Yeah.
I forgot about Malik. So we're not doing the log jam again, but we banned that word. But where are these vets supposed to play?
Mm-hmm. I know we touched on this in our first segment. Do you buy into the narrative here, speaking of all these narratives swirling around draft day, that if the Kings end up with Aiyuk, that, woo, Scott Perry, man, played it perfectly.
I just would want to know what the other play was, right? Or is the play...
I think that's a fair question.
Yeah, well, is the play, hey, because he made their interest in Aiyuk so clear, other teams stayed away? Well, we just saw that with Ace. Well, we saw a different version of that with Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey said, hey, I don't want to go there. And the Jazz said, okay, cool. So when will we see you at training camp? And that's what happened. I think ultimately, if the Nets, and again, there could be smoke screens, but if the Nets liked Aiyuk that much, it really wouldn't have mattered.
Right.
What if the Wizards? It's the same idea. If the Wizards like AJ DeBonsa, it doesn't matter what Utah says or does or that he went to BYU. Okay, well, what are you going to pay?
I think the only world in which it's true that, man, he played this beautifully is if he recognized, where those teams are drafting, those teams are not going to pick Aiyuk.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know that he could have done that, but if he did and he said, there's no harm in us making it clear that he's the guy we want. In fact, we want a head start on making sure he and his camp want to come here. If that was the play, then you'd have to give a tip of the cap, but we will never actually know that for a fact. Other than that, it was a matter of we like this guy and all right, we got lucky because he's going to be there at 7.
Right, but to your point, that whole play is only in play to me if they don't have to give anything up. Because what you just said could come off
at 7.
Right.
Yeah.
But because what you just said could come off as, well, now the Nets know the Kings are interested, which we haven't really heard as much. We'll see what happens tomorrow. So now the Nets are gonna try to stranglehold the Kings into giving something up. So I will say that he played it beautifully because we do know that they've been interested in him for a long time. If they don't end up having to give up anything, if they have to give up, I don't care if it's an undrafted free agent. If they got to give up anything, to me, it didn't really matter how he played it because he still had to pay.
Kimberly asks, but Russ was on his yacht. What's he going to do, go overseas? When I first read that, I thought she meant, is he literally going to get on his yacht and then just sail somewhere?
He was on the yacht.
Yeah. Probably people already want to crown Perry the next Petrie, says Aaron Mick.
I don't think so.
There'll be some of that if they end up with Aiyuk. That's
I don't
be
think
his doing,
so.
but that'll be part of it. Like,
yeah.
Look at that master stroke.
Well, he took a pretty big hit with the Schroeder thing. I think where he went right was just the idea of just owning up. Hey, it didn't work, and we're not gonna belabor the point here. Dennis Schroeder might feel how he feels about it, but it just didn't work. So we're gonna move on from it and try it again. Basically, what Scott Perry did was essentially Ozark, right? He's just cleaning the money, and now he tried to clean it the first time with Dennis Schroeder. Now he's trying again with DeAndre Hunter to hopefully get something back, and Keon Ellis to hopefully get something back in return.
Yeah, this putting a roster together, a team together, it's not easy, is it? I think your guy Buster's finding that out.
I think he is. I think it is a lot. I was watching some highlights of Buster behind the dish just to remind myself of just why he got the job and how incredibly impressive he was. And I thought, you know what? I can separate and compartmentalize that Buster and still being very upset.
That's important to you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you speak for a lot of fans.
Because it's bad.
Kings fans went through that with Vlade.
Exactly. I don't know why they put themselves through it. I really don't. Look, I get it. Maybe you get a little bored or whatever once you retire, but yeah, Buster, why? Mm-hmm. And now you're in this, man.
Don't you think that he probably thought, oh, yeah, I know what it takes. I can do this.
Mm-hmm. And the crazy part is
maybe he still can, but not yet.
But you can make the argument that baseball is right now, this iteration of it, if you are making bad moves with no salary cap, you're probably just not imagine Buster with the Kings. What would he even do? He overpays for Willie Adames. Okay, go ahead. Is that what you want to do? Hey, no one else is trading for Devers. We'll trade for him.
I got to say, it might be pretty much what we have. Talking about overpaying for guys who are productive.
That's true.
What would it look like?
At least there's a new GM who didn't make those moves, though.
Yeah.
Buster, he's still sitting with these, and he just made them. Just within the last 2 years, the last 2 seasons. It's bad.
Mm-hmm.
And they got your A's tomorrow.
Yeah, that has never felt less like a thing in my life.
Mm-hmm.
A's and Giants. Okay.
$10 says, this is what the Giants will do. They'll probably win this series, and then they'll go back into the tube. Then they'll get swept the next, whoever, I don't care who, it could be the Rockies. Because that's just who they are.
Mm-hmm.
We're almost in July, fellas. It's over. They're 9 games back. They're 15 games under 500. It's over.
Ill-advised NBA coaching hire would you compare Buster's hiring of Tony Vitello to?
Probably Steve Nash, right? But it's still not the same because Steve Nash was an MVP.
Nash was a flair.
It's not even the same.
Right.
But Steve Nash, because he was with the Nets I would hate to be a first-time coach with prime Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and James Harden, not on the court per se, but just those personalities. It sounds like a nightmare for a first-time head coach.
You know what it might be like, and I just thought of this, so I may not have all my T's crossed, but the year after Phil Jackson left, the Bulls brought in, was it Tim Floyd, college coach, that Jerry Krause thought was going to be a great coach, and
just didn't work.
Yeah.
Didn't work. Mm-hmm. I'm looking here. Here you go. This one's for you, Jay, from Shams. And everyone's got the notifications on.
Oh, here we go.
From Shams. Restricted free agent Mohamed Diawara intends to sign a multi-$10+ million deal to return. This is what gets Shams blocked, man. Shams, we're not turning on our notifications for this, dude. No disrespect to Mohamed, but we got to stop with this, Shams.
What did you think of that trade that happened yesterday with the Hawks and the OKC Thunder?
I thought it was indicative of what the Thunder are trying to do right now. Their roster spots are thinning out. They have all those guys, the Kingston Fleming's favorite player, the Cason Wallace's, the Aaron Wiggins. All those dudes are like 26, 27 years old.
That's a deal the Kings probably could have made if they wanted, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Now, the Isaiah Joes of the world, all those guys. So now Thunder, they kick the can. They get a couple seconds back. And Aaron Wiggins didn't feel like, for a year where Jalen Williams didn't play a lot, AJ Mitchell didn't play a lot, I don't think that we saw.
We're still not sure if he's worth it.
Right.
If the Kings, that'd be why I wouldn't do that.
No. He didn't even feel like he played that much Aaron Wiggins.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and then your guy in the mornings, I heard him saying, and maybe he's just looking for, look, if you get Aiyuk, you need to have better defenders around him. Alan, they're talking again today, or he was, about Lou Dort. I don't want Lou Dort.
No, I
don't want Lou Dort
that.
here. I don't want anyone mentioning him as a potential king. Lou Dort had a bad year last year. 2 years ago, really good defender. Last year, Lou Dort was not very good.
I'm just still trying to figure out how rosters work. Like, does anybody know how rosters work? We can't just keep adding players.
Right.
The Kings haven't moved on from anyone yet.
And in all fairness, it was the theoretical, if you have Aiyuk, he's not a great defender.
Right.
So then you need better defenders like Lou Dort. Well, but Lou Dort can't score.
Yeah.
He's a terrible shooter. So I get the point, though. And, they were also talking, Dave made an interesting point today about Brunson, if you have a guy like Auff, like Brunson, the Knicks, you gotta have a system defensively that's kind of like what the Knicks had. Okay, I understand that, and that's a fair point, valid point. But the Knicks' defensive system is based on the fact that their two wings are phenomenal defenders.
Yeah.
Teams don't have like OG and Mikal Bridges as their wings.
Right.
That's not a system. That's just having two really good defenders at two of the most important defensive positions.
Yes. Yeah. And that's why, to me, and I know it's just, different places, but I going back to the Westbrook guard conversation, I don't see why, if you're the Kings, you're bringing in another guard. Besides Auff. Like with your 2 second-rounders, I'm just not really understanding why you would do that. It just doesn't seem like you have enough space. You just got to take some swings on those wings, hoping that one of them or both of them, is a dog defensively and can make up for what Auff is lacking defensively.
Here's another potential wrinkle in those first 7 picks. Unlikely, but possible. I think our good friend Tony Ray Harvey was talking about how you have Mr. Wagler saying, that he worked out with the Bulls. You could see the Bulls, Illinois. If they went there, then Caleb Wilson drops. I don't think it's going to happen. I still think Caleb Wilson's going to be the pick, but that's another spot for there where things could go a little sideways.
Yeah, and that's why Keaton Wagler said, hey, well, I worked out with 4 and 5. And that's why I didn't feel like I needed to work out, with the Kings or anybody under that.
Right.
And a lot of people are saying, okay, that sounds like he might have a promise from the Clippers versus the Bulls. Somebody on the text line said, hey, if Caleb did slip, what would it take? I don't think you want to know. I don't think you want to know to get if Caleb slips to 5 and the Clippers say we're open for business, right? We're willing to take back a lot to trade if somebody wants Caleb. I don't know where you even start, Whitey. Two firsts is just the beginning. Because can you do 3 firsts for Caleb Wilson? Because I can't do it.
No.
I can't do it. It would be 2 and a bunch of seconds, and maybe, hey, you like a Nick Clifford or Maxime Reynaud, somebody like that, but I can't do 3 firsts. So I don't know. To your question, I think it was from the 916. It would cost a lot, and probably more than whatever the Kings should pay. Somebody might pay it. I don't think the Kings should pay it.
How about this from Windhorst? He says some of the things that have been going on suggested possibly the Clippers send the 5th pick to Boston for Jaylen Brown. And then Kawhi goes from the Clippers to the Warriors.
Excuse me?
Just telling you.
So it's a 4-team deal?
No, it'd be separate deals, actually. It'd be separate transactions, essentially.
So the
Boston says, all right, well, give us 5. We'll give you Jaylen Brown. And then the Clippers are like, all right, we got Jaylen Brown. So then they send Kawhi to the Warriors.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
He says, reading the tea leaves, maybe that's something that's going on. Probably none of it's going on. But here we are the day before the draft.
Where are we with how good Jaylen Brown? Should teams be lining up? I mean, should the Kings be lining
up? You
up?
don't like him. I know. I remember we've had this conversation. You're not a big fan.
I don't know.
If I remember correctly.
I don't think that he can be the number 1 on a championship team, but I think he's a good player. If other people feel like that, because some might argue he was a number 1 on a championship team. Okay, but look at who else was on that. That was a well-built team.
Right.
That team, like, to me, you could look at it that way, Whitey, and this has, I guess, old Kings or Kangs written all over it. If you did a deal with the Celtics, bunch of firsts, whatever it is, and you say, hey, we're going to go back into this a different way. So we're going to trade for Jaylen Brown. We're going to keep Domantas Sabonis. We're going to give up the number 7 pick. We're going to go about it that way, depending on what the Celtics want back. That doesn't seem like what Scott Perry, and he's got his Monday motivation floating around here somewhere, but that doesn't seem like something Scott Perry would do. I think there will be some teams that are in the Jaylen Brown sweepstakes. I guess my question was, is it a sweepstakes to be your number 1, or is it a sweepstakes to, I guess, add on, right? Does Jaylen Brown and Ant do anything for you? Probably does more for me than Ant and Kyrie, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Could they win a championship?
Combo.
Look out for the T-Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Look out.
Comment of the day nominee here, Conducing Foot, says Warriors are the masters of big trades that never happened.
That's right.
Yes, that's absolutely true.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Or for example, the Grizzlies, right? Could the Grizzlies say, yeah, we're going to kind of hybrid rebuild with Jaylen Brown as our new guy? I don't know how Jaylen Brown is viewed across the league, or is it, no, we want to pair Jaylen Brown with Kawhi or somebody like that?
Yeah, they just seem to me philosophically committed to drafting and building their own stars there. They don't seem as worried about bringing in some, at least not yet at this stage of the
right.
game. I could be wrong, but that's just the way it looks to me.
Yeah.
TC, I'm out on Brown, still can't dribble left and can't shoot. TC,
he can shoot now. He can shoot.
I hope we're good, you and I hope we're okay.
He can shoot now. I'll never forget that.
He can shoot. You're right about dribbling.
Yeah, the dribbling, I can't really disagree with you. But, yeah, I mean, he shot it at 34.7 from three.
By the way, speaking of shooting, if Allen seems a little down in the dumps today, the Pappas shot has been removed.
Yeah.
We're not sure why. It was removed when I was in here Saturday doing the True Sports Card show. Not sure why. Sorry about that.
I would have just liked to know, how do you know that the good days, that you're in the good days before they end, Pop in. Like I said, I was in such a good mood today.
Uh-huh.
I was ready to, let me be optimistic Allen today. Kings fans said, Allen, know your role. We want to hear you bag on the Kings, and no Papa shot for you either. Come on now.
We'll find a way.
We'll find
it.
it.
As a unit, we'll get through it.
Hey,
as a family.
If the bosses don't want it, if it's out, it's out.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know what was going on.
When we come back, does Darius Aiyuk fit the blueprint the Kings have laid out for us? We're back with that. Don't go away.
With the NBA draft just days away, Sactown Sports introduces the debut single from Alan Styles, Who the Kings Be Picked.
Is it Keaton? Is it Breakdown? Is it Aiyuk? Is it Kingston? It ain't Dead Run. It ain't Wilson.
Hear the full track right now on the Sactown Sports YouTube channel or at SactownSports.com.
Who the Kings be picking? Who the Kings be picking?
Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this rush hour ad to keep you calm, which could help your driving. And science says therapy is great for a healthy mindset. So enjoy this 14-second session on us. I think you've done everything right and absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, anything that hasn't gone your way could probably be blamed on your father not being emotionally available because his father wasn't emotionally available, and so on. And now that you're calm and healing, you're probably driving better too.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it'd go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
You can buy golf clubs anywhere, but buy clubs that fit the shelf instead of your swing. That's why Hagen Oaks offers total game fitting. TrackMan dials in your driver and irons. Ping's Ballemic Ball Fitter finds your perfect golf ball. Hagen Oaks Putter Fitting Studio helps you roll it true. And FootJoy's 3D foot scanner matches you with balance and stability. Whether you're a beginner or accomplished, your best game starts with the right fit. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Better fit, more fun. Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729. Or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Thunder, feel the thunder. It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder, thunder.
The The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration. The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-572-3344. That's 800-572-3344.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Today on the pod, we're talking to Megan, trapeze artist and Scratchers enthusiast. So, Megan, what do you like about playing Scratchers?
Well, they're easy to play when I'm hanging around.
Oh, okay. Like when you're relaxing?
No, like when I'm hanging on the trapeze. I swing upside down, then do a quadruple somersault, all while playing Scratchers. Watch this. Ta-da!
Unbelievable.
I know, right?
Scratchers from the California Lottery. A little play can make your day. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 years or older to purchase player claims.
It's time for your Sactown Soccer Report. Powered by Sac Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District.
This week's key matches include Jordan versus Algeria, England versus Ghana, Switzerland versus Canada, Turkey versus USA, Norway versus France, and Panama versus England.
In soccer, defense wins championships. At home, defense stops mosquitoes. Train standing water. That's your backline. Dress with sleeves and defend with repellent. That's your keeper. Keep your doors and screens tight. That's your shutout. Sac Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District. More tips at fightthebite.net. Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
It looks like the Kings are in line to pick up Darius Aiyuk with the 7th pick. But does he fit the blueprint that Scott Perry and Doug Christie have laid out for the Kings and Kings fans? We'll get to that in just a second. Before we do, my favorite part about your song, Alan, who the Kings picking, is the accent when you say, is it a cuff? And I just, I don't know what kind of accent that is.
Yeah.
I'm right. You do kind of say that, right?
Is it a cuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be an accent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You say a lot of people aren't aware that that's a parody song?
Yeah, a lot of people never heard the original song from Drake, Nokia.
I'm not that familiar with the original song, but I thought it was a pretty big hit. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was.
I thought it was too. I just saw some people, just how they were kind of reacting to it. Oh, you didn't know it was.
Yeah.
It was
so
a
they
parody.
didn't know what you were doing.
No, they just thought this fool is tripping.
I think it stands up either way, Jay. You know?
Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Is it a cuff? You know everything going on with that reflecting pool?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the song Islands in the Stream? You know, Islands in the Stream.
Yeah.
So I thought of a thing over the weekend, that'd be funny. Algae in the stream. And it'd be really funny, but you can't do it because it's almost political. It involves a politician. There was a time when you could kind of make fun of a politician,
right,
and it wasn't considered political.
Yeah.
But now you can't.
No. That ain't me.
Right.
No.
So it's like, never mind.
Yeah.
But it would have been funny.
It would have been funny, though.
Well, How about it, Alan? Does Darius Aiyuk fit the blueprint the Kings have laid out? The 6 pillars, defensive-minded. We think we know what kind of team the Kings want to build because they've told us. Is he a fit for that?
I mean, doesn't initially sound like it. No. I mean, I can't speak to his character. I don't know him, but there's just no talk of there's just no talk of offense in what Scott Perry says. So that being the number one thing that Aiyuk is known for, I guess my initial thought is no, but star power is more powerful than anything else. And there's just certain things that GMs and coaches are never going to say. They're never going to emphasize offense. They're always going to downplay offense. So based on what Scott Perry has said, I guess technically not, but I don't really think it matters too much what he has said versus who they're going after, because we all understand that you're going to need offense in this league, but coaches and GMs are never going to talk about offense and put it on that pedestal. They're just not going to do it. Very old school. It's always going to be about defense, even if we know you need a score. You can say it. It's okay.
Yeah, I know on the surface it looks like, wait, he's a guy who always has the ball. All he cares about is scoring. That's not what they talked about. But if you really look at it and you look at what he brought to his team, I do think there's a match there, even though he's not a great defender.
Right.
And actually, Coach Christie is the one who repeatedly has talked about the importance of defense. Scott Perry has talked about that too, but it's not one of the pillars. As much as people think,
That's
even
me.
said, number 3, defense. No.
Defensive oriented.
Yeah.
It's not one.
Yeah. But if you have a guy that is, he's got that, forgive me for saying it, I know it's cliche, that dog mentality. And he's a guy that can carry a team.
Yeah.
And his offensive skill set, if it was up to me, I probably wouldn't pick him. Just trying to be honest here. I'm not trying to be on board now, but I understand people just rave. People who know what they're talking about see him offensively and rave about what he can do.
Be on board now, like who?
Well, I'm talking about actual pundits and coaches and You think I'm talking about Dave?
I didn't say that.
Is that what you think? Dave just texted me something.
I didn't say that. Here you go, Whitey. How we begin.
He texted me a parody song about Darius Aiyuk to the tune of Eleanor Rigby. And I looked at it, I was like, say what? So I didn't know what it was. So thank you, Dave.
There you go. Very clear that it's a parody. Here you go, Whitey. How we begin each day and the thoughts that we bring into it when we wake up sets the tone for our day. Choose to begin each day being thankful for the opportunity to do great things. Expect the unexpected and look to areas where you may be of service. The day will unfold just as it is supposed to, and things will manifest at just the right time. Be focused on the now in all caps, and win the day! ! Monday motivation. Scott Perry. So let's dissect that a bit. The day will unfold just as it is supposed to, and things will manifest at just the right time. What do you take from that, Whitey?
What I take from it is I was wrong about Scott Perry and the pillars. I don't know about any of that, but the pillars and how it applies to this pick. Because I thought, and I know we've talked about it, I thought, the pillars, look at that. Oh, Kingston Flemings is the pick. Because he, to me, seems like more of the, team player.
Right.
But bottom line, in the NBA, you got to have players who are exceptional players.
So you're
Kings see Aiyuk as a guy who has a chance to be exceptional, so they're taking him.
So you're done with the pillars.
No, I just think I was misreading them, and I was, maybe being a little too. What are they? Competitive, accountable. When you think about it, they're really kind of. Yeah, well, of course, that's what you have.
Right.
And
so you're done with them.
No, I'm just not putting as much stock into them. When I try to figure out who they're going to get, I'm not paying as much attention to the pillars.
Well,
they're vitally
did.
important.
They still might take Kingston Flemings. Last conversations I had over the weekend, from what I heard, Kingston wasn't even 3. He was not the second point guard. on the,
on their board or just in general?
I guess a little bit of both.
Okay, so how are you saying they might still take him? Do you mean he'll last?
Like I said, I could be getting a smoke screen. Well, or whoever I was speaking to may be getting a smoke screen. Maybe they do like Kingston more than we've heard. But we've continued to hear about Darius Aiyuk. We've also heard about Michael Brown Jr.
So you're just saying they may still take him because you think he'll be there?
Yes.
Yeah. Sure.
It does not sound like, but here's the thing. On this tankathon model, if the Nets were playing everyone and they take Aiyuk at 6, I would not be surprised if the Kings took Michael Brown Jr. instead of Kingston Fleming. I would not be surprised.
I was just going to read you Dave's song, but that's not right. He might not want me to do that. So
I would be very careful.
I won't do that. Sarah Kings, Aiyuk, Monte Ellis, no good, folks. Talk skinny bin, competitive, tough, disciplined, accountable, team-oriented, and professional.
Scott, is that you? Mr. Perry?
There's nothing about Darius Aiyuk that counters any of those notions.
No, and I don't know. We don't know the kid.
Yeah.
So
good point.
So Scott could say, yeah, he is all these things. We spoke to them. And we spoke to him, and we know that. I don't know that. I haven't talked to him yet.
Now, so often in recent drafts, that go way back, there are players who are chosen who unexpectedly become brilliant stars. Players who are selected much lower down who become brilliant stars. So we're going to ask you to name, and we're going to do the same here, the Golden Pillow winners. Who's the biggest sleeper in tomorrow's draft? I'm not talking about a guy that's going to go 6 that you think might be really good. The sleepers, Alan. The people that no one has any idea how good they're going to be.
I can't wait.
Yeah. We have a recent history of players like that winning finals MVP. So who do you got? Who gets your golden pillow? Who are the biggest sleepers of them all tomorrow? Next, Sactown Sports.
On the Matt and Kayla Show, context is very important.
I will stick my hand and scoop out literally anything on a plate.
Is that sanitary?
Man, I'm hungry. I'm doing some juicing.
Does that mean what I think it means?
Derail a radio show because my dog got hit in the face with a treat. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals, and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack in the $6 Biggie Bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie Bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 Biggie Deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
Doug. There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means sitting front row at a comedy show.
Hey everyone, check out this guy and his bird. What is this, your first date?
Oh, no. We help people customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual together. We're married.
Me to a human, him to a bird.
Yeah, the bird looks out of your league anyways.
Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Kick summer off right when you save up to $9,500 off MSRP on new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo Altitude. You won't find a better looking, more powerful, and comfortable Jeep on the road. Your new Jeep is waiting at HobletDodge.com. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$9,500 toll net savings on select new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo Altitude. Up to $5,500 factory incentive and $4,000 dealer discount. Incentives include $1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade-in and $2,000 make this the summer event retail cash. 3 of this net savings. Sample VIN 243062. See dealer for details.
Your afternoon home for Kings Talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
This is from Keaton Wagler. Quote, I already worked out for the Bulls. I was going to the Clippers. That's 4-5. Hearing from them and knowing where I stood, I knew I didn't need to work out for the Nets, but still meeting with teams and talking to them, end quote.
Mm-hmm.
Clippers taking Keaton Wagler. He's all but admitted it to us.
Yeah, so he didn't just say no to the Kings. He also said no to the Nets. Different situation than Braden Burries and the idea of him going after the Kings pick. Oh, well, I worked out with 5, so I don't need to work out with 7.
Yeah.
But you're slotted to go 9.
Hey, that was a little bit of back and forth there. Local Kings fans and your guy, and he's nice enough to come on the show a lot. Brett Siegel said something about Keaton. He said, I was just saying what Yahoo reported, and then James Ham said Keaton hasn't been here. And
Right. Basically, it was, I guess there was an article that said Keaton Wagler did work out with the Kings. And then James.
That was Kevin O'Connor, wasn't it? I think we talked about it.
I think, it was something like, or he was planning to. Then it didn't end up happening, but Clutch Point said that it did. Then it got kind of debunked, and Brett was essentially saying, well, we never said it was our initial report anyway. It had been reported other places, and yeah, let's just get this draft going.
Yeah. Well, I'm really looking forward to your answer to this, Alan, because I know nobody crunches tape like you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you look at the last 6 NBA Finals MVPs. They've been picked 33rd in the draft, 11th, 3rd, 41st, 7th, and 15th. That's the MVPs in the finals. 33rd, 11th, 3rd. You know, that's Brunson and Shea, Jaylen Brown. 41st, Jokic. 7th, Steph Curry. And 15th, Giannis. So who's in this draft who's sleeping here? Who, unbeknownst to us all, is somebody who's capable of someday maybe even being a finals MVP. And nobody has any idea right now.
Yeah. Man, it's tough. It is tough. I think Okori from Stanford, he does have that star potential. I know he's smaller, but I think he has that star potential. He could be that, or he could be Bones Highland. Like, I don't know.
I know that Tankathon has him going to the Raptors, and maybe he could replace Emmanuel Quickley there.
And where is Emmanuel Quickley going to go?
I don't know.
Better not.
I don't know.
You better not.
I don't know.
You better not. Mara, did you see the Mara clips of him shooting threes?
No, I didn't.
And he was taking sidestep threes, and somebody said, cut it out, man. You are never going to take a sidestep 3.
I saw some clips of his passing.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Yeah. He can pass. I know a guy that we brought up initially, Whitey, but, isn't a great shooter, 32% from three. But I would always throw a Kareem Lopez in there just because we haven't, we don't watch them as much. And obviously he's, going to go top 15, but that could be a guy just because we're not all as familiar.
So if you can only give the golden pillow to one person, Alan Styles, golden pillow, you are my favorite sleeper in this draft. Great things. You're destined for great things, but nobody knows it yet, except me, Alan Styles. Who do you give it to? I'll give mine first if you need a second.
Yes.
I'd give the silver pillow to Malik Thomas of Arkansas.
I like that.
And I'd give the gold pillow to, just because he was hurt, so there's a lot of Jaden Quaintance.
That's the one.
Really?
I mean, that's the one that people are saying, hey, huge upside play.
Yeah, right.
And
that's
if it
why,
works.
Because there's a lot unknown there.
Right. I have two, and they're both point guards.
Okay.
You know where I'm going to go.
Who gets the silver?
Silver is going to go to someone who's almost 23 years old, so right there in the Kings age bracket. And everybody will say, hey, this is the guy. He's the winner. He was a winner, and we just overlooked him because he was older. I think Bennett Sturts. I really do. He could be the guy where, man, if he was 19 years old, he probably would have went in the top 10 easy, maybe even top 5. And my golden pillow is going to have to go to LeBaron. Now, I'm only saying LeBaron just because he's at 16.
Oh,
he's
at
16.
He might not even be a starter.
LeBaron?
He might not even be a starter.
That's why I said it. Because it has to be somebody heliocentric. That's where I'm going with it. I can't talk about Dalen Swain because I think he's, a good player. I don't know how much he's going to have the ball. So that's why I'm talking about these guys. I don't know how much some of these forwards are going to have the ball, and Dalen might do a little bit more ball handling, but that's who I'm focused on. Guys that are going to have the ball a lot. Heliocentricity. So that's why I picked those guys. And Bennett might not even have the ball that much, but his ability to shoot and his skill level, same with LeBaron, I think both those guys could be sleepers.
Wasn't there some confusion over whether Sturts worked out for the Warriors like he was gonna, and then someone said he didn't, but then it turned out he was there?
Yes. Yeah. And I think, I was following Dalton Johnson, and I think he was out. I think he did end up out there, and the Warriors, they're kind of a dark horse to take him. Which, again, the Warriors taking another guard doesn't really make sense to me.
One of the reasons the Kings are in the predicament in which they're currently in is because they really – the last few years, the draft has been and last year was nice, but before that was Devin Carter, and before that it was Olivier Maxence Prosper.
Brutal.
You have very little to show for those drafts.
Yeah. I'm sitting here, Whitey. I got to add someone else.
Okay.
Dalen Swain at 6'7", he can handle the rock. I really like him. I really, really like him. I don't know how the Kings get back there, but as far as another sleeper, I think he could turn into, here you go, Whitey, another one for you. I'm just looking here, who can be an apex wing?
Okay.
Who can be an apex wing, because that's what everybody's looking for.
And he is projected in this mock to go to the Knicks at 24.
That would be nice for them.
I'll tell you a guy that I'm not quite willing to say, he's going to be a superstar. People are sleeping on him. But I'm really interested to see more of him. This mock has him going to Minnesota to 28. Sergio Delaria.
That's right.
Yeah, 6'7" combo guard.
Yep. You were in on him. Shot it at 39%.
Maybe it's because I remember how just flabbergasted I was seeing Magic playing point guard for the first time at 6'9". I was like, what is that? Maybe that's why I'm fascinated by big point guards.
I do like him.
Yeah.
I like him too. I like all these guys. Why can't the Kings just get 4 more picks? That's what I want. But I do. I don't know why I wasn't sure if his shooting was sketchy or not. I don't remember seeing him at 39%, but that's pretty darn good.
Is there any chance that the Kings will have a shot, especially at 34, of one of these sleepers? A lot of people have Baba Miller going to the Kings there, but of course it's just so hard to know who's even going to be there.
I think Baba will be there. I don't know. Yeah, the names that have been brought up. What do you think about Malik Thomas? Because to me, like, here's the problem with the names. I gave him
my silver pillow.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because to me, Malik Thomas, I just don't think you can take him if you take Aiyuk. Like I said, the Kings have a bunch of combo guards. Conwell, I don't think you can take either. Terrace Reed Jr., to me, it just reminds me of Dylan Cardwell. So I don't know, Whitey. Hopefully, in a perfect world, if Joshua Jefferson, or it ain't going to be my guy Allen Graves, but if one of those guys drop, that would be phenomenal.
I wonder if anybody suggested to Malik Thomas, look, stay in school one more year because next year you're the guy.
That's what I thought he was going to do.
You're going to put up big numbers. I mean, his numbers are still very good, so he probably figures, I'm going to make a lot of money either way.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. You don't want to risk getting hurt. But you can make a strong case for him staying in school and then next year being a really high draft pick.
Yeah, and the other thing is, too, slotted to go to the Nets. I mean, we know they have a bunch of guys, so maybe teams aren't thinking about it that way, and they're willing to take on as many players as possible, even in the same position, if you think they're going to be a dude.
Mm-hmm. The whole thing about the Nets and Nate Ament, I don't know, Alan. Something about it doesn't add up. The one thing about Darius Aiyuk that is a bigger question mark than his defense. We'll look at that when we come right back. Continue to get you and ourselves ready for the NBA draft next on Sactown Sports.
When it comes to life advice, Carmichael Dave is here to share some words of wisdom, like preparing for the unexpected.
Always carry a complete change of clothes and a pair of shoes in a duffel bag in your trunk.
For robbing banks?
No, for emergencies.
Public etiquette.
When I go to a concert, I don't want to hear you singing. I want to hear them singing.
And most importantly,
don't be a bad person.
Don't be a bad person. Just don't be a bad person.
It's that simple.
Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Sacramento Kings return to Golden One Center this July for the 8th annual California Classic, presented by Ticketmaster. The Kings, with the 7th pick in the draft, will host the Golden State Warriors, Brooklyn Nets, and the Milwaukee Bucks on July 4th, 5th, and 6th. 3-day general admission passes start at just $50. Come see some NBA rookies, second-year players, and other athletes vying for spots on NBA and G League rosters. Visit kings.com/California Classic for more information and to buy your tickets today.
Mike Rowe here with another fun fact. If your concrete is cracked or uneven, you can actually lift it back up. Whether it's a sinking driveway, a patio, or a sidewalk, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to lift your concrete slabs. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Mark your calendars because MoonPay X Games Sacramento 2026 is landing at Cal Expo June 26th through 28th. Witness nearly 100 of the world's best athletes compete in skate, BMX, and Moto X events and catch live music performances by global electronic music icon Cascade on Friday night and Grammy-winning producer and artist Mustard and electronic music producer and DJ Subtronics on Saturday night. Don't miss MoonPay X Games. Lock in your tickets now at xgames.com.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores.
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
At EasyCater, we believe every workday gets better with great food. Like that morning status meeting, always better with bagels. And don't forget the coffee. Ops team working late? How about some power bowls to keep them going strong? Sandy's celebrating 10 years at the company. This calls for cupcakes. With EasyCater, you get a huge variety of favorite restaurants with tools to help meet dietary needs and stay on budget, all on one platform. So make every workday better with EasyCater. Start an order at easycater.com.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder. Thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration.
Thunder.
The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Hope you had a good weekend. I actually picked up a new nickname this weekend.
Oh.
Doing the show with Emran on Saturday. And, I used to do Friday Night Theater, and my nickname on that was the Creepmeister Maximus. And he was trying to remember that. So he said, "What were you called?" And he said, "Were you the Funk Master General?" So that's what they call me now, Alan. And it's about time I was recognized as such, as the Funk Master General.
We were just talking about
it's always
nicknames.
been true.
Right.
Yeah, it's just now I'm finally recognized as.
And now you have a new one.
Yeah, and I didn't give it to myself. It was given to me.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah.
Funk
I don't know
Master
if I
General.
can call myself that though when I'm on the air with you after you took over the top of the hip hop charts.
Well, yeah, no, you still can.
Is it a cut?
No, you definitely still can. Definitely still can. I just saw this post from Giannis.
Yeah.
And people are thinking tonight it might finally be over. This is an hour ago from Giannis' official account. God, I trusted you at the beginning, and I will continue to trust you throughout. Praying hand emoji, 100 sign emoji with a dark silhouette picture of him in his Bucks jersey, and a lot of people are thinking it might finally be over.
The cool thing from a fan standpoint about the Luka trade was it just came out of the blue, right?
Mhm.
It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Now you have trades like this. If and when this ever happens, it won't be exciting, dramatic. It won't be out of the blue. Whoa, it'll be like, finally it's over. It'll be a relief.
Yeah, it's about time, man.
Yeah.
It's about time. And I don't know. From what I've seen, a lot of people have more so. I thought I was a Giannis hater, but I do think maybe I was just early to the party. It does feel like a lot of people now are feeling this Giannis fatigue. And I think he has to go somewhere else now and revamp. Not revamp his image, but just, hey, let's hear something new to the story. We've kind of heard you milk this. I don't want to be traded, but I kind of do want to be traded for what feels like 3-4 years now. It's time for you to just turn the page on your career.
Again, it reminds me in some ways of KD. And maybe things were never the way we thought. But I know early on, Giannis seemed like he was kind of funny and kind of, laughed about everything. And it was kind of refreshing. And now it just seems like so many other multimillionaire athletes, he just takes everything, including himself, way too seriously.
Yeah.
That's his right. He's earned it. But he's just not as interesting to me.
Right. That's why I think he needs a kind of image refresh on a different team, get him out there with Bam and, or in Boston. I will say this, though. Boston, I know in theory they'd be really good, but we got to see a full season of Tatum coming off the Achilles. And Giannis, it feels like every season has some calf stuff. So I don't know about this Giannis Tatum tandem. I think on paper they'd be great, and Derek White would be good again because he'd be a fourth option. Peyton Pritchard, the crew, whoever, we don't even know who's going to still be on the team based on the trade. We know it's going to be around Jaylen Brown, but if you're the Celtics, you're probably just saying, hey, you got to take these picks because we can't really afford to give up Peyton Pritchard and Derek White and those guys.
I also trust Brad Stevens more than most. He, if he says, I think that'll work, I'm inclined to go, well, he's probably right.
Yeah.
Because he's Brad Stevens.
Right. That's
Maybe
fair.
I don't see it, but I think when he sees it, it's usually there.
No, it definitely makes way more sense than the Heat. We've talked about the Heat. That one, I don't even know if they're winning the East based on what they're giving up. So that's a little bit different than the Celtics. The Celtics, they're for sure, I shouldn't say for sure, but they would for sure be the favorites to win the East if they pulled it off, and the only player they lost was Jaylen Brown.
We have some more information here on Darius Aiyuk from his college coach. Coach Cal was on with Colin Cowherd. He says, does Coach Cal of Darius Aiyuk, quote, he will go into that league averaging 18-8 minimum. 18-8 minimum. That's rookie of the year stuff right there, Alan.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, I'm just double checking what Coop did in his first season. 21 points per game.
Have you seen, by the way, the video of Cooper Flagg and Dylan Harper in high school?
Yes. Yes. I just saw that.
Man.
I just saw that. No, that's the type of stuff we're talking about. Like, that's a dog right there.
Uh-huh.
The chirping. That's what we need.
I own you, you bleep and bleep,
yeah,
bleep, bleep.
I'm number one. Like, that's the energy that we're on. I got to look up some A-Cup. Maybe that's the film session tonight. Some A-Cup high school. He's got to have some high school film like that, right?
Dylan Harper was treating Cooper Flagg the way Dylan Harper's dad was treating you. Wouldn't you say, Jay?
Can't we move on? Can't we move on from that?
Sure. All good.
It's time to move on from that.
Yeah. You were in the right on that, by the way, and you handled it with such class. Well, that's the point, Mr. Harper.
That's the point. Okay, that's all I was saying, Mr. Harper. And now, I mean, a lot of people saying redraft. Would you take Dylan Harper number one? I don't think I would.
No.
I don't think I would. I mean, all you got to say to yourself is imagine Cooper Flagg on the Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
They might have won it. And Dylan was great, but I don't know. I'm still taking Coop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still taking Coop.
I think there's one thing about Darius Aiyuk that's a bigger question mark than his defense. The defense, we're not sure how good he's going to be, but we know it's a fact he's not a good defender.
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to apply himself more? With his solid body, is he going to find a way to be a better defender? Those are fair questions, but I think we know he's probably not going to be all-league defense. But I think the question is he the shooter that he looked like he was last year? And don't misunderstand me. By posing this question, I am not suggesting he's not. But I do think you look at the way he shot the ball last year, it was the best he's ever shot the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And there's every reason to think that's legit. But I think if we're just really objectively evaluating the player, I think that's the bigger question. Because, again, I think the defense we know about, it's not great. The shooting, if he continues to shoot like that as a pro, he's going to be an excellent offensive player.
Yeah. I mean, there's no real it's tough.
44% from three last year.
Yeah, there's no real point to look up, his high school 3-point percentages, but those that have kind of fallen on, yeah, he didn't really shoot like this in high school. So you look, the idea, he's not gonna be a 44% 3-point shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Like most likely not. The question is, okay, well, can he still be 40?
If he is anywhere near that for his career, a lot of teams are going to be going, why didn't we take him before the Kings? How did this guy slide to 7?
Yes.
This is from a scouting report, and I think it might be from the Ringer. I apologize. I didn't write down what it's from. I can look it up. Quote, since he doesn't have an outlier athletic profile, teams will need to figure out whether Acuff's ridiculous shooting season is resetting his baseline or is just one scintillating hot streak. The answer will likely inform Acuff's true ceiling. Again, I'm not saying, watch out, he's not that good. I'm saying that's one of the things that people are still waiting to see, and I'm sure he must have shot the ball really well in all the pre-draft workouts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for example, Steph Curry is 42.2 three-point percentage for his career. Last season at 39. So this is the type of elite stuff. So 44, if that happens, then yeah, we're talking about a once-in-a-generation type shooter here, or a couple in a generation type shooter here. So it probably won't be that. It doesn't have to be that. But yeah, your floor, and somebody else said this too, Whitey, again, when you're talking about they said it about Reed Shepherd. If Reed Shepherd can't shoot, where is he in the league? And it would be the same thing with Darius Aiyuk. If Darius Aiyuk is not a 37% three-point shooter or better, what do we on decent volume? It's going to have to be decent volume. We probably have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully that's not the case, but we probably have a problem. 35 ain't going to cut it because that's not what your profile is.
Yeah, and that's also the biggest issue with Fleming's. But Fleming's, it looks weird. The shot's a little funky. He didn't take a lot of them. So those are real question marks for him going forward.
Right.
Acuff's has just been man, that was phenomenal. Can he keep doing it?
Yeah. I guess you'd rather that conversation of can he do it versus can he keep doing it.
Well, maybe if we do this and that, he can probably start shooting it better. Yeah.
No. I mean, I would assume nobody is expecting him to do what he just did at Arkansas. And those shot-making capabilities that he has, I mean, what do you do? Somebody on the chat asked, hey, guys, real question, can Keegan play the 2? Well, I don't think so, okay? So I'll just keep it very simple there. But as far as those sizes are concerned, yeah, I mean, Aiyuk, I know it's the SEC, but this is, an SEC basketball is great. Not like SEC football, but it's great. I still don't think that he is seeing the types of defenders he's going to see in the NBA. So that's going to be a difference maker too, because this is not the same as Maxime Reynaud shooting threes and nobody's around him. No, you're supposed to be the guy. We're locking Jaden McDaniels, whoever it is. We're locking in. He's on you all night. So we haven't seen that. We have not seen that.
Who's going to be the first pick?
AJ.
You pretty
sure.
With that?
Yeah. Pretty sure it's going to be AJ.
Chalkerson, AJ, Darren, Cam, Caleb. Boom, 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 boom.
I think so. Yeah. I can't see. I mean, Cam to the Grizzlies is interesting because just the way he plays is so mature. So I keep feeling he's not too old for the Grizzlies.
I could see Cam going to the Jazz. I could see the Jazz saying, we want a front court player.
They just signed Jaren Jackson. Just the biggest front court ever. Okay. Someone's going to say, can Cam Boozer play the 2? I don't think so.
Maybe you trade Markkanen at some point.
Yeah. I could see that. Yeah. A little redundant. If they get Cam, then they got something cooked up their sleeve.
Yeah, according to Tony Jones, right? According to Tony Jones, they really aren't sure, or at least they weren't last week, who they were going to take there. Yeah. How was your Father's Day, by the way?
Great.
Yeah. You mentioned you played at Teal Bend.
Teal Bend.
Yeah.
Great round out there. Best round I've played in a couple years. Smooth on everything.
Wow.
So here's my thing.
Is it all coming together?
Yeah, yes. So I got a question for all the golfers out there. And here's the question. I got lost in the sauce, found the beach, right? Ball goes into the sand, and I couldn't get out. Took like 4 or 5 strokes, okay? Me personally, and who I play with, we cap it at a triple bogey. You're not going to put a plus 10.
That's what you shoot.
I have another friend, or depending on who you play with, some cap it at plus 3, triple bogey. Some cap it at, hey, you can't get more than a snowman. You can't get more at 4. So I capped it at 3. But you know what? But even still, Whitey, I can add those 3 strokes. And honestly, if you wanted me to, a 94 for me would feel really good.
Did you ever get out?
But I did get out.
Oh, okay.
But then when somebody asked me, hey, Alan, what'd you shoot? I said a 91. Now, they don't know. I don't know what their cap rules are. They don't know what my cap rules are.
Cap rules?
Yes. Why do you pay your good money? You want to go home with something.
Yeah, but your score is your score.
No, you cap it. You can't do more than a quadruple. Wow. I did a triple.
I knew about that when I was playing.
Yesterday was Father's Day, so I said, I'm not putting worse than a triple on here. Even still, I would have been, like I said, 94. But yeah, that's what I did.
I just hate to hear what Frank LaRosa thinks of that.
You cap
He'd probably
it.
say, whatever you enjoy. Capping it?
Yes.
Now, I know if you have a handicap, I played with my brother, and he say, well, with my handicap, I can't take more than a 7 there. It's like, well, okay. So depending on what your handicap
209 says USGA caps you at plus 3 for handicap tracking purposes.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
What's your handicap?
I would definitely fall in that category. You cap it.
You have a handicap?
I technically do, yeah, on my app, but I would have to check it.
Okay.
Thank you, 209. I knew I wasn't crazy. Yeah, you capped that. You capped that sucker.
That's still not what your score actually was. It's fine. Whatever.
It is. You cap it. So when they looked at me, we were, grabbing some bevies after. And he said, Alan, what'd you shoot? I said 91. He was like, oh, dang. And they're probably all thinking, how did you shoot 91 in that sand? Well, I capped it.
You tell them what your score was, and they're like, they want to check the ABS right away. They're like,
yeah, they're
tapping.
They just said, oh, cool. And then when we sat down, I said, I capped myself at triple. Okay. That is fair. That is fair.
You can do whatever you want. You can tell people you shot at 87. I decided to cap a couple of the other holes.
Someone said, no. Rob is saying you cap at, okay, so Rob says you cap at double par. So if I got lost, and even still, fine. So instead of a plus 3, it would have been plus 4. So I still would have shot a 92.
Mm-hmm.
So now I got to text my buddy and say, hey, guys.
You don't have to do anything.
I got to be honest with you.
You obviously were worried about it.
Depending
the fact that you
on,
brought it up tells me deep down, like, I don't know what I shot.
Because it felt like a really good score, and they're probably wondering Alan was in the sand. So what I got to tell them, hey, guys, I got to be honest here. I capped at, if I capped at a snowman, then yeah. Or plus 4. Basically, you're not putting an 8. You're not putting an 8 on the scorecard. Not on Father's Day.
Huh.
Double par. This is the another person. Double par is cap. So I shot really a 92, not a 91.
When I was starting out, I had days my scorecard looked like freaking Christmas time.
No, I'm not putting no snowman. Well, that one would have been a snowman. So I shot a 92, not 91. Now I got to text my buddies.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing on the line, obvious, because I would have asked them, hey, if we're playing for money,
okay,
what's the cap?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, guys. So, I'll add a stroke, and they're probably listening right now. Fellas, Teal Ben, I shot a 92. I texted
how many
10 people
times
yesterday.
Did you hit the ball between the time you teed off and the time you got in the hole?
I got in the sand. It took me about 4 strokes in the sand.
Okay.
Then I almost nailed it from the top of the hill, but did not. So I was really, you figure, I went in at 3 strokes. So I went in, or that was my 3rd, my 4th, my 5th, then my 6th.
Uh-huh.
So then I putted down. That's 7, 8. So I really did shoot at 8.
Okay. But you didn't want to put
I put a 7.
What do you think of that, Jay? I know you're not a golfer. But...
You cap it. Everyone does this.
Everyone?
Yes.
Let me call some of my golf buddies now, please.
Now someone says.
So what should you have shot?
An 8. And I put 7.
So you shot a 92.
Exactly.
Okay.
Which is the best I've scored in years. But I text all my friends yesterday and I said, hey, I shot a 91. If I didn't get lost in the sand, I would have had a career low.
I think that's what you said, something like that to me and Jay.
I said it to about 12 people.
I think you said 91.
That's right. So it was really a 92. Jimmy says capping every hole is crazy. Yes, people who doesn't? Who doesn't?
So if you shoot 15 times, you take the 15?
Yeah, that's
no.
That's your
absolutely
score.
not. No.
That's what your score is.
No.
It's the number of strokes.
No.
How many times you hit the
I'm
ball.
not putting no 15.
Don't
pick it up, and it's pace of play. It's pace of play. You pick it up and say, hey, whatever the cap is.
So
give me a 7.
your cap is always going to be 6, 7, or 8.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'll change the cap today. I'll make it a quadruple.
So there's actually a limit to how high you could score, right?
Kinda.
Yeah, well, there is,
No,
right?
well, yeah, if you cap every hole. I cap one hole on Father's Day.
Mulligan.
And I took a breakfast ball, too.
Ah, boy.
What?
Mulligan Styles.
Come on, everybody. Now everyone's capping about my capping. Your score is your score. If you got a 10, that's what goes on the scorecard. No.
That's why
I know y'all be capping. Stop playing around.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, you cap due to time, the pace of play, like people.
Well,
behind
yeah,
you.
I mean, that can be part of it. It was a 5-some yesterday. That can be part of it. But hey, man, and it's for your mental. Hey, man, and I didn't pick up a hole or anything. It's one stroke. One stroke. I'll change it in my app right now. Play it as it lies. Count strokes every time.
That's what is the name for that? Oh yeah, golf. That's the name of that.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, there's a cap in USGA. 124 is the highest you can score. So this is not, I don't make the rules. This is USGA.
Well, you don't have to abide by that. You could actually keep track of how many times you hit the ball, too.
Hey.
No matter what the USGA says.
I follow the USGA official rules, and that's about it.
But you don't have a handicap? And if
I
do.
do.
You don't want to tell us, that's fine. I don't care.
It's very high.
Okay.
Let me find it. It's very
I don't
high.
care.
Because I got to change my score anyway.
No, you don't. Keep it the same.
My estimated handicap is 22.2.
Okay.
Right? So that's Route 95-ish, around there.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I got to, hold on, let me edit it. See? Thank you, 916. I cap at 8. See? Thank you, 916. I'm not crazy. Per hole.
Does this apply when you play miniature golf, too? Do you cap a hole?
No.
I think you're supposed to in miniature golf. Isn't it like you get a 6 and that's it?
Matt, George, net triple is handicap rules. You're in the clear. I'll take my 91. Thank you.
What does that mean? What's net triple?
It's about the handicaps.
And what the hell is a breakfast ball?
So a breakfast ball.
Good question.
A breakfast ball is if you shank a drive.
Okay.
On the front, off the tee in the front 9.
Okay.
You get a mulligan. It's a mulligan.
Gotcha.
And it doesn't count against your strokes.
Gotcha.
So, breakfast ball, brunch ball. Some people do breakfast on the front and back. I don't do that. Only on the front. And it's got to be because it was hole 5. I just hooked the sucker.
Yeah.
So I said, I'll take my breakfast. What?
On hole 5?
Yes.
I thought you said it was the first hole.
Front 9, I said. Come on. Everybody, we know how it goes, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you want to golf with me. You'll have one of your best scores ever. And don't get me started on putting. Good? We both, about 5 feet out, whatever it is. Hey, you good? I'm good. Let's get out of here.
91 is just not what it was cracked up to be.
Brother, you might have shot a $120.
No, guys, I was cooking. I'm telling you.
So in 5 feet mean good just mean like you're going to make it. Let's move on.
If you're good, I'm good.
Okay.
Hey, good? I'm the good king.
Jay is a knee knocker.
5 feet.
If it's as long as your putter.
Like this is for 91.
It's the length. Good. It's the length of your putter.
Yeah.
Good.
I could see like if it's a hat 2
Inside
centimeters or whatever.
Yeah. See, I do it so people will do it back to me. Hey man, take that away. You're good.
Oh,
so
I know all the tricks.
If I need it later, hey Whitey, I'll just walk real slow to the ball. Everybody see how close this is already? 91. Let's go. Come on, Whitey.
Keep it in the books, brother. Don't change for nobody.
I am.
Never mind. There's no shot Allen's handicap is 6 strokes better than mine.
Who is that?
Guess.
One more time.
Never mind. There's no way Allen's handicap is 6 strokes better than mine.
That George?
No shot he averages like a 95 per round.
Well, sometimes I don't put in all the rounds. I put in.
Yes, that was from Matt George. That's from Eddie George.
Man, we got some dignitaries of the golf
I don't know what's
world
going on here.
chiming in as well, man. I'm not going to say my boy, but they just say you're a little shaky with the pencil.
What? Are you serious?
And that's from a dignitary, man. A true dignitary.
What did you say?
In the
Like
game.
from
I ain't say nothing. They're listening to you.
Okay.
Sacramento golf royalty.
I'm talking about top of the top, creme de la creme.
916 says,
Pencil whipper.
If Allen is looking for another player, I would love to play by his rules.
Yeah.
Sound like you got did you guys see Happy Gilmore too?
Yes.
Which wasn't that good, by the way, for me. But the Max, what was the thing called?
Maxi Golf
The Maxi
or Max
Golfer.
Golf?
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
what you're playing.
Come on, guys.
Golf just got a lot easier.
Matt's trying to tell me, this is, there's no way you shoot this, you shoot that. Matt, we golf one time, dude.
So real fast, explain it to me because I have no clue what it is. What is a net triple? What'd you call it?
I think
net
it means
what?
if you have a certain handicap, even if you shot a 6, your net score is a triple because it goes into how tough the hole is, things like that. So basically, it all comes back.
I'm a little
lost on that.
Basically, it's saying you really shot a 6, but because you're not good, that's pretty much a 3 for you. Or that's pretty much a 3 for a net triple.
Why do you get rewarded for not being very good?
That's the handicap.
This is all caps. This dude said he doesn't enter every round. It's all caps.
You know, sometimes it gets, I forgot a hole, and I'll just pause it.
What?
I enter the good rounds.
Man, are you trying to get better, or are you just out there for the love? I mean, just playing around.
If I'm very upset
about the number,
then I
won't enter it.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I do most of it. I'm probably got a couple more strokes there, Matt, than a 95. You're right. So I'm probably more like a 97. I haven't really got
average.
Yeah, I really haven't got to golf that much. Right? Since the second kiddo.
That little at the end.
So maybe I'm a little squirrely on the rules. I don't know. I need a refresher.
Nah, it sounds like you know what you're doing, but you're doing it well.
Come on, man.
You come with the eraser. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Sometimes that eraser is the best club in the bag.
And if somebody, they don't say good to me, but I knew it was.
You just
there was money in the bank.
You assume they gave it to you.
In my mind, I'm already
assumed good.
That's
wow.
right. You like it, White.
Your handicap should be a lot better than what it is based on those rules. 10 NBA executives break down this draft's top 5 guards. Who is number 1 in the eyes of the experts? Back with that and more on Allen's dubious golf scorekeeping habits next on Sactown Sports.
With the NBA draft just days away, Sactown Sports introduces the debut single from Allen Styles, Who the Kings Be Picking.
Is it Heaton? Is it Breakton? Is it Aiyuk? Is it Kingston? It ain't Deron. It ain't Wilson.
Hear the full track right now on the Sactown Sports YouTube channel or at SactownSports.com.
Who the Kings be picking? Who the Kings be picking?
Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
It's a hot spot on your dog's leg that the internet says you can treat it at home. You're not sure though, 'cause now it's oozing.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Ooh, he's licking it. Super gross, dude.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
This summer, the Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich and Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Let me tell you about the Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite. It's bright, it's bubbly, it's back.
The Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich, it's so rich, and you can choose between the original or the spicy filet.
Ooh, boy.
And then you got those pickled jalapenos tucked right under the filet, and then just to top it all off, you've got a little honey drizzle right on top.
Okay, now I'm a pimento fan.
And I'm feeling the dragon fruit.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip, if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
You know, I used to think all money managers were the same until I spoke with Fisher Investments.
Really? How different are they?
Fisher's investment counselors are dedicated to service, not sales, keeping clients up to date on their portfolio.
Well, they probably just invest in a bunch of mutual funds like I do.
Nope. They build a tailored portfolio based on their clients' personal goals, helping them stay on track for a comfortable retirement.
Well, they must make commissions selling products.
Actually, Fisher doesn't sell any commission-based products. They're a fiduciary, and they believe that's a conflict.
Then they have some kind of complex fee structure.
Nope. Fisher has a simple, transparent fee that's a percentage of their client's portfolio. So they do better when their clients do better.
It sounds like Fisher really is different.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Fisher Investments, clearly different wealth management. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com/different. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, tell me what's going on for Chrysler's Make This the Summer event.
Well, you'll have to choose between 3 great deals. 0% financing for 60 months, 2.9% financing for 72 months, or 4.9% financing for 84 months. And whichever you choose, you get no payments for 90 days.
Whoa, that was so many numbers. I don't even know what it all means.
It means you will save thousands of dollars on your new Ram truck with the best financing options available. It's a choose-your-own savings and payments adventure with Hoblet Dodge.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection, and now unbeatable interest rates. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
Financing through SFS for qualified buyers. 0% for 60 months equals $1,667 per thousand borrowed. 2.9% for 72 months equals $1,515 per thousand borrowed. 4.9% for 84 months equals $1,408 per thousand borrowed. No payments for 90 days on approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase. Offers cannot be combined with certain other incentives. Excludes Ram, 1500 RHO, and Tungsten models. Sample VIN 342368. See dealer for details.
We've seen every kind of golf swing. Some smooth, some, let's just say, innovative. And that's why Hagen Oaks offers Total Game Fitting. The TrackMan-powered player performance studio shows what your swing is really doing. Ping's Ballnamic Ball Fitter finds a ball that behaves. The Hagen Oaks Putter Fitting Studio helps turn almost into yes. And FootJoy's 3D foot scanner builds stability from the ground up. At Hagen Oaks, we don't judge your game, we fix it. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Better fit, more fun. Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140.
Beam Team LTB. Alan shaved 5 strokes off his game. Didn't get better or anything. Just didn't count hole 14.
Look, man, I
Home
counted.
Run of the Day nominee right
I
there.
counted in my head.
In your head.
It was only, 1 or 2. It would be different. How about this? It would be different if it was the difference in my new career low, which it wasn't. I put a 7. Could have been an 8. USGA says I'm good at a 7.
Okay. Sacramento golf royalty didn't see it that way.
No. Definitely not.
That's all right. As long as you can, sleep at night and you have fun.
Now, I'm getting roasted, though. I am getting roasted. Alan keeps an extra ball in his hand when looking for a ball out of bounds and drops it and says, I found it.
Yeah.
To avoid the penalty stroke.
Attaboy.
True or false?
If it's the same color.
You ain't cheat. You ain't trying if you ain't cheating, baby.
You ever use a foot wedge?
Oh, yeah. If it's I'll just put it on the other side of the cart path. I'm trying to have a good time.
What's a foot wedge?
You just kick it a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if I'm stuck in some real bad rough, I'll just pop it.
You ever
to the
played
other
with people
side.
who bump? You probably bump. You ever do that?
No.
That's where, like, your lie is not best. So
Mhm.
I'll just move it over here a little bit.
Not unless I don't do that.
Bumping.
Yeah.
It's not bumping, it's cheating.
No, normally I just say, have you ever heard when people just say winter rules? So winter
that's
rules.
a real thing.
Right. So when the weather isn't good and, it's on ice or whatever it is,
If
you
you're
can
in a
move
muddy
it.
spot,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah. But I'll say winter rules and someone says, Alan, it's June.
Yeah. Winter rules is like you hit the ball in the mud. Winter rules, you can lift,
Yes.
clean, and place.
Right.
If your ball has mud on it.
Yeah, so
They
I
play
say-
it at sometimes at tournaments they do that. PGA Tour events. And guys, the scores are incredible,
Yeah.
as you can imagine.
I say winter rules all year long.
Ah, boy. Winter somewhere.
Is winter somewhere.
Matt
you know
George.
what, Alan? I must say this. I appreciate the fact because I'm with you in the form of enjoy it. If this is what makes your rounds better, your game better, go ahead, bro.
Yes. And like I
Out there
said,
for fun.
If there's money on the line, I'm on the up and up. If it's just for fun, then it's just for fun.
This is from a Matt George on the text line. Breakfast balls are also straight up cheating. Laugh emoji.
They're not.
Oh, they are. They definitely
You get
are.
one breakfast ball. Everybody knows that. Why who are the golf wardens here? I'm the warden. I'm the warden. I say what's good.
They have rule. Golf has rules.
Okay. You get a breakfast ball. That's like everyone knows that. Everyone.
Like Jay said, like Frank LaRosa says, have fun out there.
Have fun.
Have fun.
You enjoy it, we enjoy it.
Just maybe don't come in the next day after your round and start, telling science fiction stories.
I told the truth. I
Might
didn't
wanna
play
stick
it
to the
off.
nonfiction act.
Then I text my buddies that I was golfing with saying I'm getting roasted. For that stupid hole.
Well, I think it's the fact that you sent out this was your best round versus like, yo, I just had a good time.
Yeah.
And it's not like Jay and I asked.
Yeah,
hey,
right.
how'd you golf?
I wanted you to know.
We were talking about something completely different. You're like, yo, I shot the greatest round I've ever touched.
I wanted to say Happy Father's Day, and I had a good round.
That was nice.
I still had a good round either way.
Yeah.
See, 916 says 1 mulligan per 9. That's what I'm talking about, 916. I want to golf with you.
So what's the backside if it's not a breakfast ball?
Brunch.
Well, most of the time, huh?
Then
Brunch
you got a
ball.
snack. Between holes 16
there
and
you
18.
go.
Snack.
Dinner ball, if it's later, you get it all.
Let me ask you guys real fast. Have you guys ever played with somebody and they've called out a rule or something like a breakfast ball or whatever? And you're like, what is that?
I had a guy, and we kind of got into it, and he was a friend of a friend, and we weren't playing. We didn't even know each other like that, and he said, Alan, that's not your score. He's like, there's no way. He called me out, and I said, dude, we're not playing for money. I don't know you. Worry about your own score.
Is that a no-no? You don't worry about everybody else's score?
If I don't
or
know
what?
you like that, just who cares?
It is kind of a,
Who cares?
Even
you
if
can
the
go,
guy's right, it's like,
just go to your go talk bleep about me to the friend after the round. Why are you on me? I get it. People are competitive, but there's no money.
So this has been going on for a while with you and the bending of the rules.
But that wasn't a rule per se. That was just, there's no way you didn't have that on the last hole or whatever it was. That was different. That wasn't an argument of, hey, you don't get a breakfast ball there.
I've always answered this for me as well. I've seen people not keep their other people's score, right? You always keep your own score.
Yes.
For the most part.
Yeah.
But is there a periodically check in with the score? Like, hey, we're through 4 rounds. What you shooting, big dog? Or is that kind of a no-no too?
Sure.
Just after 9, really.
Yeah. And by the way, on the tour, I think if we're playing together, I think I keep your score and you keep mine.
Right. I know that officially in the
And then you have to look at it afterwards and before
Sign
you sign
off
it,
on
got to
it,
make
right?
sure it's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, man, I'm not checking for your score.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Speaking of scores, Alan, here it is. 10 NBA executives breaking down this draft's top 5 guards. This from Jeff Goodman at Goodman Hoops. Who's number 1? You got Brown, Aiyuk, Wagler, Burries, Flemings. Who do you think got the most number 1 votes? 10 NBA executives. Who got 4 votes as the number 1 player of Brown, Aiyuk, Burries, Flemings, and Wagler?
Wagler?
Wagler is not correct. He got 1. He finished 5th. But you know what? Given your handicap, I'm going to give you 4 extra points.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Is it? I don't think it's Aiyuk. Is it
Aiyuk?
Is it Michael Brown Jr.?
Yes. Number 1. 4 votes.
People like him.
Aiyuk 2, Burries 2, Flemings 1, Wagler 1. Again, that's 10 NBA executives.
Flemings 1, right?
1. He got 1 vote. He was tied for 1, 2, 3, 4th, but he was one first place vote.
Yeah. That's kind of how we've seen it. And that's why the Aiyuk thing, and I just don't know if the Nets aren't interested in Aiyuk, at least not to that level. Should we care at all? Right? Hey, this guy clearly in our minds has the highest ceiling. Should we care at all? Or is it more about, look, Michael Brown Jr. was being talked about in some really elite conversations before the injury. So it's more about that than the Nets not liking Aiyuk. And the Clippers are just not a good fit for him. So
I'm just wondering what these guys' numbers would look like if Allen was their statistician, Jay. What do you think?
Oh, man, everybody would be up. Analytics be looking fantastic. Percentages, shot selection, everything is up.
The analytics would be very favorable.
Look, man.
Breakfast ball.
Everybody leaves having a good time, man.
I'm with you.
That's what it's about.
Free throws up. No good. Shoot another.
That's just okay.
Yeah, nobody saw.
One.
Give him another one, right?
Or what I'll say,
lane violation.
Somebody misses a putt, and I'll say to them, "Oh, you were good anyway."
What?
So they missed it, but you.
Well, yeah. If they miss a bunny, I would say, "Dude, you were good anyway." And they can do with that what they want.
Exactly.
They can take it if they want or not. I give you options.
What? They missed it.
The good. You take the good
you
or not.
You want it down the road,
because I want it down the road.
Yes, exactly.
That's it.
If I ever take up golf and I'm rocking with you, Alex.
Thank you. Hey, man, you were good anyway.
You mean so later when you miss one, you can count it?
Or just give me good, so I don't have to shoot it.
Or if you miss it?
Nah, I can't do the miss.
Okay.
Actually, I probably would. I was good.
Mm-hmm. They're saying the same thing about Aiyuk that they said about Maxime. We're back with that and back with whatever this is. Next, Sactown Sports.
The X Games are coming to Sacramento. Join Kayla Anderson at Sactown Sports 1140 at Cal Expo from June 26th through the 28th to watch the top action sports athletes in the world go head-to-head with 3 days of high-octane competition, BMX, skateboarding, and Moto X, plus live music from global electronic music icon Cascade, Grammy-winning producer Artist Mustard, and DJ Subtronics. Get your tickets today at xgames.com. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration.
Thunder.
The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
The stars align in West Sacramento as the A's go head-to-head with the Los Angeles Dodgers for a spectacular summer series starting Monday, June 29th. Celebrate the start of the holiday week with an action-packed series. Be there to witness one of the most highly anticipated matchups of the season. Get your tickets now at athletics.com/tickets. That's athletics.com/tickets.
Skeeter here, my card. Field Tech, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District. I never met a Culex terrasalis I didn't want to smack. That's Latin for mosquito. Hey, it's time again to fight the bite. Time to protect yourself from West Nile virus by applying insect repellent. Once a week, drain stagnant water and report dirty green swimming pools. Ew. They're breeding grounds.
The Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you it's time to fight the bite.
My card never gets old.
For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the matchday spread. He's reaching for the buffalo wing. Perfect! Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too! Incredible! What a finish! Sensational combination! Look at the delight on his face. There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a pack of Pepsi Zero Sugar for today's match. It's poetry in motion.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
We golfers tend to grumble too much. Golf Monthly's Nick Bonfield compiled our biggest complaints. They include our own game. The refrain, is it going to be another one of those days, should maybe be realigned and set about the next shot with positivity. Next is our equipment. We always blame our tools even though they were just along for the ride. Course conditioning is another gripe, and maybe you should try getting up while it's still dark, whether it's 108 or 32 degrees, and deal with global warming, limited budgets, and sustainability. And then go hug your superintendent for what they do. Dress codes get a lot of attention. Some feel the tradition should be maintained, and others are comfortable in t-shirts. It's a game, people. Also in the mix are rules of golf, slow play, the World Handicap System, tee time booking systems, bad luck, and more. I say you get out of it what you're willing to put into it. You're on a golf course, your phone's not ringing, and you might make a birdie or two. Enjoy the moment. There's lots of time left in the day for complaints. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
In celebration of 80 years of 49ers football, Sactown Sports is counting down 80 of the most memorable moments that have shaped the team's storied legacy and winning tradition. Here's today's faithful flashback.
Number 56. Fred Warner's fumble record.
The defensive list of 49ers greats is very impressive. Patrick Willis is one of the all-time greats, and so is Fred Warner. San Francisco 49ers linebacker Fred Warner surpassed Hall of Famer Patrick Willis for the most forced fumbles in franchise history since that stat became official in 1994. He recorded his 17th career forced fumble in Week 4 of the 2025 season, and with Warner signed through the 29 season, you can expect Fred to create some distance on his competition.
Faithful flashbacks on Sactown Sports 1140. Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles
on Sactown Sports 1140.
We've been heaping praise on the Nets for the way they've managed to keep all the other teams in the NBA and all the media in the dark about what they're going to do. There's one other team that deserves credit for that as well. And I know your guy Brett Siegel wrote about this today. The Washington Wizards with the first pick. People still aren't sure, including the people that will be drafted. According to Brett Siegel, they're still not sure who they're taking at number one. Considering that they have the first pick, that's impressive.
Yeah, and I mean, the Jazz, we really hadn't heard anything about the Jazz trying to move up. I thought that was going to be a foregone conclusion. I don't know what the Wizards would have made them give up, but
yeah.
I was a little surprised, and not to say it's not going to happen. I was a little surprised that it just came and went like that. Hey, we like the Bansa, he's great, but it didn't work out that way.
I wonder if that's an indication that they're not sure yet which one they want to take, because otherwise it reminds me of the story that Jerry Reynolds has told on the show of when the Kings had the first pick in '89, and Bill Russell was the GM, and he said, we're not going to tell anybody what we're doing. And Jerry said, we have the first pick. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But he still said, no, we're not going to tell anybody. So why would you, unless you weren't sure which one you were taking, why wouldn't you tell people?
Yeah. I mean, if you knew that it was the Bansa, it's funny. If you knew it was the Bansa, then no price tag, in theory, would convince you otherwise. If you don't know it's the Bansa, and then, the Jazz say, hey, we're interested in trading up, then you might have the thought, well, what if we don't take the Bansa and he ends up being the guy? So it's kind of a weird situation where either way, you obviously have all the cards, but you don't want to make the wrong decision.
Mm-hmm. Right before the Kings select at slots 5 and 6, Clippers and Nets, it looks like Wagler-Brown. Maybe Brown-Wagler. But there is a world in which Brown goes to the Clippers and the Nets take then Ament, in which case the Hawks would get Wagler. So the Hawks are hoping it falls out that way. That's assuming, of course, that the Kings do at 7 go Aiyuk. I mean, Keaton Wagler could, seems unlikely, but could slide all the way down to 8 if everything that we've heard about the Nets and Nate Ament is accurate.
Well, Wagler doesn't think that because that's why he didn't work out with those teams down there.
Right.
I'm sure, and I get it. What's the point in that situation?
Okay, then flip it around. What if he went 5th? I mean, Brown could be the one that slides.
Right.
Yeah.
I think what's going to be most fascinating is if the Kings like Darius Aiyuk more, if they have a chance to take Wagler or Michael Brown Jr. and they still take Aiyuk. That's what I'm just curious. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping one of them is still available when the Kings pick along with Aiyuk, because that will tell me how much they really like Aiyuk. If Brown and Wagler are both gone, then I don't think it's much of a question.
Mm-hmm.
But if one of them is still there, I'm just curious how much they truly like Aiyuk.
ESPN.com has a piece today by Jay Billis, and he's talking about the various superlatives for the players involved. Here's what he says about Darius Aiyuk and his defense. Quote, he did not defend at a high level, but part of that was his value on the court. Arkansas could not afford to have him out with fouls. I know we touched on this earlier. Reminds me of what Stanford said last year about Maxime Reynaud. Yeah, he didn't block shots, didn't defend at the rim. We didn't want him to. Now, as you pointed out, well, I mean, that doesn't mean you can't play any defense.
Mm-hmm.
But Jay Billis says they weren't concerned with him playing defense, and they didn't want him getting too mixed up in it. At least that's a narrative, because they wanted him on the court so he could work his magic at the other end.
Yeah, and some of that is probably true, but I don't know. It just seems a little extreme. Here's the thing, Whitey. We can live in a world where, yeah, you don't want him to get into foul trouble versus him just not even giving an effort. There's one thing to stay out of foul trouble. There's another thing to not give effort.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
And sometimes some of the video of him, if you look at it, looks like he's not even aware of what he's supposed to be doing.
Right. So, and maybe, and I had a feeling, Coach Cal would come out and say something like this because he's always going to defend his guys. But, yeah, just going to him, hey, just don't worry about defense. Don't worry about it. So that's essentially what he's saying. We told him don't worry about defense. Now, is that the best situation moving forward? Because now there's this narrative. Maybe not, but Coach Cal was trying to win games.
If the Kings get Aiyuk or somebody of a similar ilk, that's very significant in terms of where this franchise is going. Because once De'Aaron left, there's been that void of – because De'Aaron was like face of the franchise. Mm-hmm. No matter what you thought of him, he was brought here to be the face of the franchise. He put up some big numbers, and that's what he was, for better or worse. Then when he was gone, it's like, well, now who's the face of the franchise? Last year, you had your best player. You didn't have that guy. Aiyuk would become, again, for better or worse, that guy. And so I think from a fan standpoint, it would be a matter of, all right, it's something you can start to rally behind a little bit. Yeah. We'll see if it's the right pick, but I think it's important in terms of the psyche of being a fan of this team.
Yeah, the next couple of years are going to be tough, but at least you'll have somebody like Aiyuk, and you'll get to watch whether or not he ends up being a dude in the league. We don't know yet, but at least you're going to go into each season. Okay, hopefully you see something rookie year, then you start to see things evolve a little bit over and over. So that's the hope. Mm-hmm. That's the hope.
Yeah. Today's full of hope for all teams, and tomorrow.
That's right.
Yeah. And at the risk of taking it to an extreme, I can even on this glorious day, Alan, hopefully tomorrow's even more glorious, I can envision a world in which next year Zach LaVine comes off the bench for the Kings and actually plays well and understands what his role is, and he's not going to be here long, comes in as a couple of games off the bench where it's like, whoa, flamethrower. And then he's gone, and all that money is freed up, and we end up saying, you know what? Things ended okay with Zach LaVine. Should not have traded for him, but in the end, it worked out okay. That's how optimistic I am today.
Are you expecting them to have that conversation with Zach LaVine? Hey, because I know right now it's he's trying to figure out if there's another team that's willing to give him similar money to Trae Young, which I don't think is going to happen. If that doesn't happen, going back to this just roster logjam that is going to be created if you draft a Malik Thomas or another guard, do you think they would say, hey, you can be here. It was your choice to opt in. You coming off that bench.
I used to think you needed to have those conversations. But, I'm a baseball fan, and I read all the stuff that's going on with the Giants and Tony Vitello. They don't talk about this stuff. I guess that's true of all pro sports teams. Tony Vitello said, you going to talk about that? We don't need to, so I don't think you need to, Alan.
Oh, well, I don't know if Tony Vitello is the best, the most shining example of what to do.
We don't need to talk about that. He knows how I feel.
Yeah.
He's just letting us know he's okay.
Well, you said not to talk to De'Aaron during the finals. I said you should go, Mitch Johnson should talk to De'Aaron. You said no.
Yeah.
Different situation.
One of us was wrong.
Yeah. Different situation, but
right.
I couldn't have hurt.
Yeah.
I don't think it could have hurt. I mean, but I don't think that's a Doug Christie conversation. That's probably a Scott Perry conversation. Hey, you're well within your right to opt in, but you know what's going on here, so.
Yeah, I'm sure they would out of the courtesy of it, because you don't want to offend somebody who's, you're going to be dealing with other clients of that agent. But on the other hand, it's like, you're not going to be around after this year, so you're going to play when we tell you to play.
Yeah.
And then you'll get the message pretty quickly. When we come back, a look at the Kings' draft needs and how hard it will be to address them on Sactown Sports.
With the NBA draft just days away, Sactown Sports introduces the debut single from Alan Styles, Who the Kings Be Picking.
Is it Heaton? Is it Breakdown? Is it Aiyuk? Is it Kingston? It ain't Dead Run. It ain't Wilson.
Hear the full track right now on the Sactown Sports YouTube channel or at SactownSports.com.
Who the Kings be picking? Who the Kings be picking?
Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8157. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8157. That's 800-575-8157. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Toyota's 4th of July sales event is on. This is the season for more. This 4th of July, get 3.99% APR plus $500 finance cash on 2026 Tacoma SR5. Or get 2.99% APR plus $1,000 finance cash on Tundra. Make the most of summer in a new Toyota truck. Don't miss the 4th of July sales event. Toyota. Let's go places. Offers available through TFS to buyers with premier rated credit and can't be combined with other offers. Cashback offer excludes Tundra TRD Pro and 6/30/26.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
We got some special things going on tomorrow for the NBA draft, don't we, Alan? We might be here a little later than usual.
Yeah.
Don't hold me to that, but we might be.
Right. Depends on when the draft pick happens, but we're going to be on reacting to it as late as possibly 7 p.m. if we have to. All depends on how much tomfoolery happens during the picks and before the picks, and if there's trades.
And the whole thing's a little iffy. And not because, we're not excited about doing it, but not everyone remembered to tell their wife that they might be here later tomorrow.
Yeah, I had to text her during the break.
I didn't tell mine. I didn't even know. I just found that out right now.
I had to, I forgot. So we're going to have to figure that out. It's all good.
Good luck with that.
It's all good. Take a mulligan.
Yeah.
Breakfast ball.
You can go home, do it from home while you're hanging out with the kids. And yeah.
That's right. That's right. So it's all good. Honestly, I think it'll be, I don't know. I think the first pick is going to go, I think the first 3 are going to go fast. And possibly the first 4. It's all about, do the Clippers do anything?
And it's also about, look, we know you know you're going to take, but we want you for TV purposes, draw it out, use all the time.
Right.
I don't know how that's going to play out, but it's a possibility.
Yeah. It would just be hard for the Wizards. What are the Wizards doing, though? So
giving way too much money to Trae Young. That's what they're doing.
I thought I saw something. Well, they had to pay someone. That's what happened with De'Aaron. That's literally what happened with De'Aaron. I did not expect Trae Young to get $50 million a year after nobody wanted to trade for him.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Somebody said the Wizards got rid of Bradley Beal just to then add another bad contract.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
But
and he was injured. And,
after years and years of just being dreadful, at least fans there have something to get a little bit excited about, at least now,
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't know. I think to put it best, I don't know who the Wizards were haggling with. Who was in the Trae Young sweepstakes besides them?
They outbid themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else was going to give them that?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't understand.
That's what some people said about the Kings when they signed Domas.
Right.
They're bidding against themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, De'Aaron kind of as well. I don't know if anybody would have given him that. I know his stock was much higher when the Spurs brought him in, but yeah, I don't know why the Wizards did that.
Mm-hmm. Here are the Kings' draft needs according to Law Murray. The Kings won 8 of their final 18 games of the season, winding up with the 7th pick in the draft. Sacramento needs to figure out its center situation. But that's a matter of Domantas Sabonis' value, not something the Kings need to address in the draft. It makes sense for the Kings to target a true point guard of the future after trading Schroeder and Westbrook entering free agency. Second round should be an opportunity to replenish the forward spots with an eye toward defense. The Kings ranked 28th on that end. That is succinct. It's to the point, but I think he's on the money. The thing that's most interesting to me is the notion that at some point, we know it, but the Kings do have to figure out their center situation. It's interesting because they do have some options, but it looks like Domas, if they had their druthers, would be out sooner rather than later.
Yes.
It's just going to be hard to move him.
Yeah. He's another one. I mean, you have to he's different than Zach LaVine because you have to play him. If you can't get rid of him, you have to play him. The value is so low right now, you have to play him.
Sure.
And it's tough because I'm looking at some of these names. Look, I was very happy when Maxime Reynaud kind of fell to the Kings. Dylan Cardwell, we know what he can bring to the table. But I'm looking at some of it's just funny, Whitey, that we can't even really look at centers in this draft just because the whole situation with the Kings is just too gummed up right now. Mm-hmm. We talked about Terrace Reed Jr. and some of these other guys, but you can. I mean, maybe they still will, but
I think Mara is going to be. I'll probably get drummed out of Sacramento for saying this. Mara, I think, is going to be better than Maxime Reynaud.
I mean, he's going to be. That's fine. He's going to be top. He could be a top 10 pick.
Mm-hmm.
Maxime was 42nd. So I don't think that is a problem saying that. In a good draft, Mara, in a great draft, maybe a historic draft.
Yeah, and as we've said earlier, as you may have read or heard, a lot of people think now that Dusty May moves from Michigan to the Dallas Mavericks that he may convince the Dallas Mavericks to take Mara 9th, which would mean Braden Burries would not go there.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think that Mara will be better than Zach Edey?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I like Zach Edey.
Zach Edey's lumbering, a little bit injury prone, and I just don't think he has the skills that Mara has.
Okay. Braden Burries, he could end up, I mean, Yaxel seems like the pick for the Warriors, but I could see Braden Burries helping the Warriors a lot.
Yaxel seems to me like the guys, everybody's like, yeah, well, I guess you could take him,
Right. It's just the classic, hey.
I know your guy Bonte said he likes him a lot.
He's 24. He's ready to go. I mean, he's 6'10". He's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of teams will be interested in that.
Mm-hmm. So forwards in the second round, do you agree with Law Murray? Second round for the Kings should be an opportunity to replenish the forward spots with an eye toward defense.
Maybe one of them for defense, one for shooting.
Law Murray knows basketball very well, and I love having him on. But, I mean, the notion that you're going to really improve your defense with your 2 picks in the second round is, I don't know, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, maybe you can improve a little bit around the margins, but if you really want to improve your defense is if Auff's the pick, your defense, if anything, might actually be getting worse with your first pick.
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's whoever you choose to replace Zach LaVine and DeMar with. And I guess one of those is technically Auff, right? And well, not even, because the Kings, they don't even have a point guard right now. So Auff is kind of his own thing. So if you replace Zach LaVine and DeMar with 2 defenders, even if they go in the second round, I think it gets better.
Are you telling me you're on board the Lou Dort wagon again, Alan?
No, I'm saying through the draft.
Yeah.
I'm saying through the draft. I'm not saying to go get somebody.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm saying Baba Miller or somebody like that. But I still think that they need more shooting. You know, everyone keeps saying the defense. You have to score. And that's why if you can find a 3-and-D guy, then you're cooking a little bit, or whoever is perceived to be that. 530 says, I don't understand why Domas isn't a good fit with the Kings and why he would be a good fit somewhere else. Can you explain this? Well, I don't think it's necessarily that Domas isn't a good fit. The timelines have just changed.
Yeah.
That I don't think it's about being a good fit. The Kings will be better next season if Domas plays 80 games or 70 games, but they're not going to be good enough to contend. So send him somewhere that is closer to that.
It's a great question because you could see how the Kings might look at it, and it doesn't look like this is the way they're perceiving it. But if they were to say, you know what, Domas, we want him to be the guy for a while, that would make some basketball sense. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't appear to be the way they're looking at it. I think what could get kind of sticky for them is if they can't move Domas during the offseason, then they figure, which would make sense, let's play him a lot, build up his value, maybe we move him at the deadline. So then let's say you do that, and he's playing well, and the team is playing reasonably well, where they're within hailing distance of at least one of the play-in spots. Then you get to the deadline, and some other team wants him. That's a tough sell to your fan base. And I know I'm getting way ahead of myself, but if Domas is playing well and the team is much improved, and then you're like, yeah, we're going to move him now, for some fans that would be hard.
Can't have it all, though. I think
it would be what you have to do, but it would be a hard sell.
Can't have it all, though. I don't know. I feel like most fans are done with the remnants of the Beam team. They'd have to be really good.
But I don't think there's as many people that are like, oh, yeah, it's time to move off of Domas as there are with Zach LaVine, certainly, and maybe even DeRozan to a lesser extent.
Yeah. Let me ask you this.
I will allow it.
When it comes to assets, sweetening the pot, whatever it is, since we're talking about holding on to, if you have to hold on to Domantas Sabonis, what level of untouchable is Maxime right now? Because I'm just looking at all these centers in this draft, right? And, you just said, hey, Mara is, you think Mara is going to be better than Maxime right now? So I'm just asking the question. I'm not saying I would do anything, but if the Kings were trying to get back into the first round, do you say, hey, we just flipped a 42nd pick into, along with other stuff they would need? If it was Maxime and a couple seconds and you can get back into the first round.
I would be, if it were me, I'd be somewhat open to it. My guess is that they're not because they figure, well, we've got that, he and Cardwell, we've got that position figured out for a while, Mm-hmm. So I don't think they have interest in that. I would be open to it. How about you? So my answer is I don't think they want to move him. Also, you've got, it's a new regime and that he's a success story.
He is.
We're showing everybody, look, we know what we're doing here.
Right. What's crazy is that I said Maxime, who obviously went 42nd, because I don't even know if that gets a deal done I don't even know if that gets anything done with Nick Clifford. I don't know. If you said Nick Clifford in a couple seconds, I don't know if that gets you back into the first round. Mm-hmm. I don't. I think Maxime would, but I don't know if Clifford does. To your point, though, the Bean Boys, the Kings, and the fan base has been so starved of just fun, to be honest with you, taking away the one fun thing that Kings fans are looking forward to. I can't see them doing that. I don't think they got the you-know-what to do that right now.
And he really played well last year.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if a couple seconds, if you had to give up both seconds and Maxime, and you could net the 21st pick, would you do it? You'd have to think about it, Whitey.
Mm-hmm.
You saying you probably would do it.
Well, I don't know. In a way, you'd just be moving the pieces around because Maxime is still such a young player that he's the type of young player that I'd want to acquire with the extra pick.
Okay.
Unless I clearly had someone at 21 who's like, oh, he's way better than Max.
Sure.
And that's the whole thing. That's the answer to the question that the person poses. Why would they want to move off of Sabonis? Whether they should or not, they're trying to get younger and also less expensive, but they're trying to rebuild this team with a younger core.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not about, oh, they don't like Domas or don't think he can play.
Yeah. It would depend on where I'm at.
Also, I think they want a better defender there, but, Maxime may or may not be a better defender when all is said and done.
It depends. If it can get you into the teens, I'd probably do it. I think I struggle more early 20s. Like I said, if it was for 21, I'd probably struggle with it. If it could get me back into the teens, I'd probably do it.
Mm-hmm.
So that 2021, I'm close. I'd love to see Maxime one more season and make the decision, but obviously that's not the game. So
what avenues are there, Alan, as we speak here on the eve of the draft? What avenues are there for the Kings to get back into the first round? I know Jake Gayden said, I believe he said he didn't say anything's going to happen, but he said there are multiple ways they could do that. What are they, and how likely are the Kings to successfully navigate those paths back to the first round?
I just mentioned one. That's why I brought it up. Maxime.
Trading Maxime.
I'm just saying, I'm looking at the different avenues to do it. I'm looking at the different ways to.
I thought I was going to get run out of town for saying Mara is better than Maxime. You are trying to trade Maxime right now.
I'm not trying to trade him. I'm just saying he has value when they're saying to us, or when the reports are, there's a way for them to get back in. I don't think 2 seconds. Now, I know it's a high second, but I don't think 2 seconds in Neek are going to get you back in. I just don't think so. 2 seconds in Maxime, I think, could get you back in. If there is a team, and I don't even know who the team is that needs a young center like that. Not to say that Maxime doesn't have a market, but you're looking down there. I don't know. It feels like, the Celtics obviously have some guys. The Timberwolves have some guys. The Cavs have some guys. So maybe it's honestly, funny enough, it's the Hawks at 23. They have 2 picks. Could be them. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. To me, it's backwards. The player I want at 21 is somebody who, or wherever I'm in, somewhere in that area, is Maxime's that type of player that I want. If I trade him to get a replacement for him, I just don't feel like I'm really accomplishing anything. I like the young player.
That just comes down, but that just comes down to how good you think Maxime is going to be. This is a better draft class. So Maxime as the 42nd. Now I know some people, he kind of finessed his way to Sacramento. That's why he went 42nd. Okay, well, he was still going in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
So a second rounder from that draft versus getting a first rounder, number 20 pick in this draft, you think you feel certain, or how certain are you that Maxime is going to be better than, and I know I said 2 seconds as well. Maybe it's Maxime in the first second, maybe not 2 of them. But how confident are you that Maxime is going to be better than whoever goes at 20 in this draft?
Mm-hmm. And we're talking about, in general, players like Alan Graves.
Yes.
Christian Anderson, Ibuka Okori, potentially.
Your boy, Jaden Quaintance. Kareem Lopez. Cameron Carr. I don't think Cameron Carr would still be there at 20, but Morez Johnson Jr. One of these guys is going to be available.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm struggling with.
Mm-hmm.
So I would.
And then let's just say you did that. And then are you changing your thinking on Domas?
I guess. That'd be part of it, right? We got him for a couple more years. Let's just do that. We can get back into instead of continuing to try to sell Domas at a price that just doesn't seem we're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
Let's flip it this way. And if you don't feel like waiting for the season to, number one, see if Domas returns to his form, and number two, see if that entices anyone, you could be stuck with the contract even if he plays well.
The thing I like about it is just, trying to look at it from a cold, hard business perspective. Maxime's value is about as high as it's going to be. Right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Now, this guy went in the first round, but remember Khalil Ware from the Heat. He had a great rookie season, and he was essentially made untouchable because I think they were doing the Giannis thing last offseason, and it was, we can't move Khalil Ware. He just had a great rookie season. Mm-hmm. Now this season, he's still going to be in that package as just a piece.
The other key component to that, if that was what you were going to end up thinking, is that maybe you just, with Domas's deal, you're not going to get value for him. You want to trade him,
yeah.
The only deal that there is for him is going to be a bad one, most likely.
Just wear it.
Yeah.
Think about it like this. You just wear it. You have Cardwell, so that defensive presence when you do need a defensive.
I got to tell you, I kind of like it.
When you do need a defensive center. Again, if you decide, we're just not going to get enough value back for Domas.
Yeah.
So we're just going to ride it out. He'll be the vet on the squad. We know he likes Doug. Maxime is just going to have to be collateral damage.
I kind of like that, as long as at media day, when we're talking to Max and this comes up, you will tell him, it was your idea.
It's not going to come up. Why would it come up?
Oh, somebody will bring it up.
I'm not bringing it up. Look, these guys understand. It's we have to look at every possibility here.
Right.
Dean is asking, does the 34th pick, 45th pick, and DeMar get you an early 20s pick? I don't believe so.
I don't know that DeMar's a tradable asset right now.
Yeah, I don't. Basically, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that DeMar is helping as far as the assets are concerned.
There's probably no way, unless the GM of the team that you're calling has been sniffing glue, that you're able to do that.
Based on how it feels right now, Dean, you're more so just asking, hey, do those two picks get you back into the first round? Because then you have to make the money match with DeMar, and he's got that guarantee, or the the 10 now and then the rest of the 14 later. Answer this: whenever you ask a question like that, would any Kings fan say no? That's when you know the deal is maybe too Kings centric, right? I think everyone would do that, Dean, which means that whatever team probably wouldn't do it. Every Kings fan would not put Maxime in the deal, which means it's probably a good deal.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. It's time for, guess what? It's time for Check It! Special day before the draft edition of Check It with TC. What's up, TC?
Man, Mike check. Bro, before we get started, man, listen, what's up with my dudes? Allen, Whitey, what's up? Is that Jay in the back or is that Ramsey?
Jay in the back.
Got Jay.
Yeah.
Jay,
what's up?
Jay, my dog. Listen, y'all. Hey, we finna hit tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be fireworks, y'all. Listen, y'all know I call in with the craziness, but it don't be crazy. Everything I be talking about, bro, be real. Seriously, that's exactly how I feel. If the Kings should pick that 7'3" guy from Michigan at 7, I wouldn't be mad, because you know what? And if we weren't trading Max, I would say him and Max can stop Wemby together. I wouldn't be mad at the 7'3" guy. But Aiyuk is our pick. Are we talking about trading Max for number 20? Allen, what are we even thinking about at that point? We got Brazil in the second round. We got a few centers in this draft that we can replenish. Also, we in talks with Precious right now. And we got Dylan Cardwell sitting in the back. Bro, if they call with the 20th pick for Maxime, I love Max. He's out of here.
Yeah.
For 20, you get 2 first-round picks in a loaded draft, and you still got 2 seconds. This ain't got nothing to do with DeMar, Zach, or none of that, right? This probably would be a Domas. I mean, that's a whole nother trade by itself. Allen, I love you, bro. But sometimes, that's what I mean by Kings fans sometimes. We be wanting it both ways, bro, and it don't work that way. That what you said was real when you said, if you ask a Kings fan and they say it don't really hurt, Kings fans always want to get a deal. They always want to, let's get Giannis for Devin Carter in 3 seconds. Like, come on, man. That's not, you not finna do that.
You're right.
No one's doing that.
You're right.
Ain't nobody doing that. And then when I come in here and talk about a realistic trade, everybody be like, TCU tripping. But then they want to turn around and get Giannis for Devin Carter. Listen, bro, Kings fans, I love y'all, bro. We finna hit tomorrow. We all going to be excited at the show tomorrow. After going in Wednesday, Jay, Allen, Whitey, we going to be on these airways, bro. Super excited. We going to run away with the draft tomorrow with 2 first-round picks and 2 seconds. We going to hit on every pick, bro, and it's going to be a beautiful summer. I love y'all, bro. Be ready tomorrow. It's going to be fireworks. I'm out.
PC. Shoots and scores.
Man.
That was the equivalent. That call was the basketball equivalent of a baseline drive and a reverse dunk.
Mm-hmm. That's what we're talking about, TC. To be honest, Whitey, I'm not seeing a lot of, no, we can't move Maxime. I'm not seeing a lot of it. Somebody, pool guy Mark, said, love this question. At some point, we need a rim-running, defensive-minding center that can spot, and this guy is not that. Either is Sabonis. Now, in this world, the Kings would probably be holding on to Sabonis. But, yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of, at least initially, no, we have to keep Maxime Reynaud.
Yeah. No, I get it. I know I was a little late to the party.
Well, I think people love Dylan Cardwell. I'm not saying more than Maxime, but just the way he plays, I think has resonated. If I said that same thing about Dylan Cardwell, I might get more pushback.
Maxime, you watch him play, it's like, oh, he does some nice things. Dylan Cardwell, you watch him play, and it's like, oof.
Yeah.
Feel it.
And maybe that it's so funny. I think Maxime is still more untouchable than Dylan Cardwell, but it's funny that both of those guys are probably more untouchable than the first-round pick, which, again, should make people feel better about the Kings tomorrow at 7. You know, you never know what could happen.
Jason joining us here at Sactown Sports. What's up, Jason? Thanks for hanging.
How you guys doing?
Good.
So my question is this. Do you think the big trades are going to happen before the draft, during the draft, or after the draft?
What do you think, Joe? Yeah?
And then also, hold on, one more question. Is there any possibility that a team that we don't know of is going to try to go for the top and try to undo the draft? I mean, like total chaos in which, you know, a player might drop which has happened in the history of the Kings, in which they went after it in his belly. But I'm just wondering, you know, all the hype, everything for the past 3 months, that the draft might go chaos in which a player might drop, and he might drop to 7, and then Kings have to decide if they're going to go for the original, you know, the guy from the Razorbacks or whoever. Right. I mean, so that's what my question is. All
okay,
right.
Gotcha. Good question. And in fact, potential draft day deals and the chaos, that's what's cooking. Next with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
On the Matt and Kayla Show, context is very important.
I will stick my bare hand and scoop out literally anything on a plate.
Is that sanitary?
Man, I'm hungry. I'm doing some juicing.
Does that mean what I think it means?
Derail a radio show because my dog got hit in the face with a treat. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Clear skies tonight and still a bit of a delta breeze to help cool things off. We'll eventually see temperatures in the mid to upper 50s by Tuesday morning, and then daytime highs ranging in the mid to low 90s. Get the latest forecast in the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Sacramento Kings return to Golden One Center this July for the 8th annual California Classic, presented by Ticketmaster. The Kings, with the 7th pick in the draft, will host the Golden State Warriors, Brooklyn Nets, and the Milwaukee Bucks on July 4th, 5th, and 6th. 3-day general admission passes start at just $50. Come see some NBA rookies, second-year players, and other athletes vying for spots on NBA and G League rosters. Visit Kings.com/California Classic for more information and to buy your tickets today.
Don't miss out on the biggest action sports event happening in Sacramento this June. Tickets are now live for MoonPay X Games Sacramento 2026. See nearly 100 of the world's best skate, BMX, and Moto X athletes compete at Cal Expo June 26th through 28th. Music performances featuring electronic music icon Cascade on Friday, June 26th, and Grammy-winning producer and artist Mustard, and music producer DJ Subtronics on Saturday, June 27th. Score your tickets today at xgames.com.
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the match day spread. He's reaching for the buffalo wing. Perfect! Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too! Incredible! What a finish! Sensational combination! Look at the delight on his face. There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a pack of Pepsi Zero Sugar for today's match. It's poetry in motion.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Ah, this feeling is brought to you by Aleve for back pain relief. What feeling is that, you ask? Well, it's the feeling you feel when you have relief from back pain. That move how you want to, not how you have to feeling. That keep going through your day without slowing you down feeling. The kind that brings you back to yourself all day long without interruption. Oh, yeah. Because Aleve offers long-lasting pain relief. Feel up to 12 hours of back pain relief with one dose. Feel Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Order up, Sacramento.
And for you, sir?
I will have the gabagool. The dinner bell rang, and it's time to find out what's on the menu.
Lunch? Oh, you gotta be kidding. Lunch is for whips.
So fire up the grill and crank up the burners, because it's time to find out what's cooking on the Drive Guys.
Give me all the bacon and eggs you have. Do you understand?
Here's Whitey Gleason and Alan Stiles.
I'll have what she's having.
What's cooking? What did you have? Any special meals yesterday? For
Carbonara. Yeah, my wife made carbonara. It was very good.
What is that?
Pasta?
Okay. I'm sorry, just carbonara. I wasn't sure what it was.
Carbonara pasta?
Okay. Nice.
With thick spaghetti, bacon bits and chicken.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Very good.
That sounds great.
Yeah. And some biscuits, too. It was good. Mm-hmm. Very, very
Your
good.
Your wife took care of you on
Oh, very much so.
She posted something. It was very nice.
Yes, very much so.
You know, watching you and it's like daughters and whatever.
It's just great stuff. Just melts your
heart.
It
really was.
It melts your heart. You know, it was a great day.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you do?
Went over to my daughters and hang out with Kenji. My wife also made pasta, kind of it's almost like a Parmesan chicken that she made.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's actually like Parmesan and, believe it or not, mayonnaise, and it's really good. And she got me an ice cream cake.
See, I didn't get a cake.
My favorite kind of cake.
Now I want ice cream.
Yeah. But what's cooking here the day before the draft is all this talk about trades. Jason just asked about big trades. Here's what we have. Brian Windhorst says, hey, with some of the things that teams are doing, there's reason to think that perhaps something like this is afoot. The Clippers sending 5 to Boston for Jaylen Brown, and then the Clippers get Jaylen Brown, then they send Kawhi to Golden State. Woo!
And then what would they be getting from Golden State?
They might be getting that 11th pick.
11.
Yeah.
Pods.
Maybe. Maybe. I know that would break your heart.
Yeah, not quite.
But I think Jason asked a great question, Alan. What do you think? There's been a lot of talk about the big moves and, at 5, anything can happen. OKC supposedly trying to trade up into the first round. Supposedly they have been talking to the Kings. But are we maybe going to end up with kind of a as far as trades tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, if the Clippers really it's really about the Clippers, right? I can't see the Nets, because even if the Nets try to trade down for a man, they can't go that far. Would they trade down with the Bucks, who don't really have a lot of trade assets, or somebody like, I guess, at 12, I guess Ament might still be around at 12. So then OKC would get into the mix, and that wouldn't hurt because I don't see OKC being interested in Aiyuk. So I don't know. The Nets, to a lesser degree, I think they are still looking for their guy. But it's the Clippers, for me, who they could be the ones to do a little something.
Yeah. I think they're going to be very happy at 5 with either Brown or Wagler.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they are preparing. That's the thing about the Clippers trading down. They are preparing for life after Kawhi. So they can accelerate that if they hit on this 5th pick. They might be looking at it like that, even though they keep saying, we're not trying to move Kawhi. Okay, well, he's not going to play forever. The Kings, and from what the discussions that I had, the trading down thing kind of went out the window because they just feel like they're going to get they feel like Aiyuk should be available.
That had to be a sad day in the Styles household.
It was a little rough. It was rough. I guess it just, when Aiyuk and that smoke was louder, and it was kind of Aiyuk or bust, it was one thing. But now that things have changed a little bit and everybody has Aiyuk going to the Kings, that might just be pretty cut and dry.
We stumbled upon a very interesting trade question here. Alan came up with this, and I want to make sure I frame it right because we'd love to know what you think at 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Give us a call, shoot us a text, hit us up in the chat. Would you, Alan, please correct me if I misspeak here. The question is, would you trade a package featuring Maxime Reynaud to get back into the first round? That's the question, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Around the 20th pick.
Yes.
If you're the Kings, do you offer a package, so maybe some seconds in there or something else, another player, whatever, a package featuring Maxime Reynaud? Would you offer that to any team to get back into the first round? By the way, I don't know how many teams, frankly, would even take that.
I don't know. That's why I think 20 is pretty fair. I don't think you're getting to the top 15. It just it's just not going to happen. But yeah, do you think he's going to be better than whoever gets taken at round 20 in this draft?
You're not including 34 in that, are you?
Initially I was, but I don't think you'd need it, right? It would just be 45, Maxime and 45. I think Maxime and 34 definitely get it done.
Throw Devin Carter in there?
Sure.
Sorry.
Sure.
Yeah, given the quality of the players that are available there, I think some teams might say, the big French kid had a fine year, but we're happy where we are.
Right. And if you go too low, then you start thinking, well, we're not going to lose Maxime for somebody that we might be able to get at 34, right? If it's for 28, then the Kings probably say, we'll just stay at 34 and keep Maxime.
Do you think, your opinion, I'll give mine, do you think the Kings will be able to trade Zach LaVine this offseason?
I don't think so.
I don't either. Do you think the Kings will be able to trade Domantas Sabonis this offseason?
I do not think so.
I don't think so either. Nothing against them, just the reality of it is, for all the talk, and we're going to hear more of it, do you think, and this is the first time it's come up today, do you think the Kings pursue a trade for Jonathan Kuminga?
Now that's a yes.
Is it really?
Certified
yes. Want
yes.
it to be.
Why? What has changed? If they go get a guard, Kuminga can still be the dude. They can have two dudes. You need more than one these days. So if the Kings had the number 1 pick and they were taking AJ DeBonsa, I'd say no. And I know AJ might even play the 2, But if the Kings had a top 3 pick, I'd probably say no. But now that they have 7, they still need to get younger. We know
the
it gets
answer
it
to
done.
this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Would you offer a package featuring Maxime Reynaud for Jonathan Kuminga? I know the answer. We just want to hear it from you.
I don't know.
What? I thought for sure you'd be all over that.
I don't want to get in trouble. I mean, you kind of have to, right?
Monetarily, there'd be some other things you'd have to put in,
exactly. Well, you kind of have to, right?
Well, the whole thing is, Maxime, is he, yes, he's our guy, building block, or is it like, man, we got good value out of him in his first year. Maybe it's a good time to move him for a piece we like better.
Right.
That's an uncomfortable question for, fans of a team and a young player, but it might be a really good question for them to be asking right now.
I would much rather do a deal for a draft pick to get back in the first than for Jonathan Kuminga, but I probably would have to do it, Whitey. Basically, you're asking, do you think Maxime is going to be better than Kuminga?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know.
Daniel Gonzalez, trade with Raptors for that 19th pick.
Just in what? In a Sabonis deal?
I think we're talking about Maxime deals here.
They are looking for a center.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's enough. Not this year. Maybe next year. But I think, would the Raptors give up 19?
Yeah, that's the rub. As good as Maxime was last year, second team All-Rookie, as we know, right now, a pick in that around that 20 range, most teams I think would value that pick more than a center that just made second team All-Rookie.
Right. On a lot of them are on bad teams, tanking teams. That is the only reason, in my opinion, you would look at this, simply because we don't know what Maxime is going to look like next season.
So we will not be surprised if there are not a lot of trades tomorrow, right? There may not even be the Giannis trade. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets kicked down the road even further.
No, that one will be done. I actually think it'll be done.
Really?
I do.
I think Shams is just using that to get us to watch the draft.
Maybe.
Oh, it's going to happen before the draft.
I actually think it'll get done.
The Bucks aren't even going to trade him.
I think it's finally going to end.
That's what's cooking when we come back. Brandon Aiyuk is at it again. Why? Because they stupid. Next on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ah. If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Today on the pod, we're talking to Joan, a method actor and scratchers enthusiast. So, Joan, what do you like about playing scratchers?
Well, as a method actor, it's about becoming the ticket. Scratching up, down, stage left, stage right.
So what's your motivation? Because your performance feels so real.
Oh, I was just tapping into my inner scratchers.
Incredible.
Yes. Bravo me.
Scratchers from the California Lottery. A little play can make your day. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 years or older to purchase player claim.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Kayla Show, context is very important.
I will stick my bare hand and scoop out literally anything on a plate.
Is that sanitary?
Man, I'm hungry. I'm doing some juicing.
Does that mean what I think it means?
Derail a radio show because my dog got hit in the face with a treat. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways.
Your afternoon home for Kings Talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Brandon Aiyuk sounds like he doesn't expect to be a 49er much longer, Alan. I don't know how closely you're following this.
Yeah.
Another Instagram video dropped. It's like, Alan, you can't wait for Alan to drop a new song. Can't wait for Brandon Aiyuk to drop another Instagram video. Sunday night, he wished everybody happy Father's Day.
First he did.
That's
yes,
nice.
Before he went into everything.
He yelled out, "Go Commanders! Go Commanders! Go Commanders!" Raise, it says here, raise hail. ESPN.com says raise hail.
Yes.
And take command. Also posted a photo of former Washington quarterback Mark Rypien hoisting the Lombardi Trophy after Washington won Super Bowl 26. So he's ready to go in D.C.
It just feels like he's in his own universe. He's in his own world. Now, maybe he knows something we don't know yet, but yeah, it just feels like he is either trying to manifest this or actually know something.
Mm-hmm.
But
maybe a little of both?
Maybe a little of both. And it's just so funny to claim. Has anybody ever heard a player claim a team as much as Brandon Aiyuk has, who is not on the team yet?
Yeah, that's a great question. None's coming to mind.
I mean, these are. It's a very unique situation. I get it, but I've just never seen anything like this. I'm trying to think. A trade is imminent, and a player like A.J. Brown, for example, we all knew he was going to the Patriots, but I don't think we heard him saying "Go Pats" and all this stuff. And that was more likely to happen than this Brandon Aiyuk thing. It's just so funny to just attach himself to a fan base or attempt to, I guess, and a team when you're not on it yet.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think Kyle Shanahan gets a free pass for his missteps? Obviously, the 49ers have been right there a couple of times under Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, and they've been on the verge of winning a Super Bowl. But, there was the issue with Trey Lance. There's this, and it seems like he has that reputation where these types of things just bounce right off of him.
Mm-hmm. Well, winning helps.
Mm-hmm.
There's
It's like the organization's reputation is so sterling that even when something happens that would put a dent in that organization's reputation, it's just people go, nah, that's the outlier.
Winning cures everything. I know they haven't won the big one, but there's something to be said about being a playoff team every single season. It covers a lot.
Mm-hmm.
People will get fed up with it eventually, but they got to have some early exits. If they're still, beating Philly, I know Philly was kind of walking the plank, but beating Philly in Philly when you lost George Kittle and you were that injured, like that type of stuff gives him so much leeway when this other stuff happens.
A big part of it, too, is in pro sports. Every organization has missteps. The good ones are able to figure out how to solve them or make them better. And it was lucky, but Brock Purdy obviously just made the whole Trey Lance thing go away. It's like it didn't matter.
Right.
Yeah.
That
matter.
one.
Yeah.
If they did get that wrong, that would have been if they were what? Let's see, if Brock doesn't come into the picture, they just have to pay Jimmy again or trade for like Geno Smith or something. I think this thing could have got squirrely.
By the way, apparently Mac Jones could still be traded. If the third quarterback impresses, they could still trade Mac Jones. But some organizations, let's see, for example, you draft like Jamarcus Russell, and it like haunts your organization for years and years and years.
Yeah. The timeline was completely different when they got that outlier in Brock Purdy. I mean, that's the equivalent. He's not Jokic, but it's the equivalent of hitting like that. That important, for a position that important, it's pretty similar to it.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty similar.
Yeah. So that's the key. Did you make a mistake? Make it better. Here we'll wrap this up, wrap today's show up with this from Jeff Goodman. Worst draft picks in the last 25 years as we get ready for the draft tomorrow. Kings are certainly an organization that has made bad draft picks, and they've been haunted by those bad draft picks. That was one of the great things about the Beam team. The Beam team made the whole Luka Bagley thing kind of go away for a while. Because it didn't matter, but then it's come back into play.
Right.
Let's see if that ranks here. Worst draft picks in the last 25 years. What do you think, Alan? 12, Derek Williams by the Timberwolves, a number 2 pick in 2011. I can't be too critical of that because I thought he was going to be really good.
Right.
He was here briefly
as
well. Number 11, James Wiseman, the number 2 pick in 2020. I was never very high on Jimmy myself.
I thought kind of similar to the Niners. I thought, hey, if he's just, a Ayton type guy, that's all Steph really needs. The centers have never really been the centerpiece for the Warriors when they've been good. So I thought, hey, he as long as he can be that, they'll be okay. And he could not be that.
He was one of those guys. I think we saw a number of these guys in various sports where they didn't. Trey Lance is probably one of them because of COVID. They just didn't play that much, and so I was like, I don't know. He looked really good in the 2 games that he played.
Yeah, and it did not work out for him.
Marvin Bagley is 10th on this list, Alan, number 4 pick in 2012.
Only 10th?
Still in the association.
Yeah, somewhere.
Heck of a rapper.
Better rapper than Hooper at this point.
Number 9, Dion Waiters, Cavaliers, number 4 pick in 2012. Number 8, Joe Alexander, the number 1 pick in 2008. Number 7, Nicholas Skidishvili, the number 6 pick in 2011 by the Nuggets. Jan Vesely, number 6 pick in 2011 by Washington. Now some more familiar names. Johnny Flynn, number 6 pick in 2009 by the Timberwolves. You look at the players who were drafted in that draft, going Johnny Flynn at number 6. Actually made Ricky Rubio by Minnesota in that same draft look like a good pick.
Yes. Yeah, not on this list.
Mm-hmm. Number 4, same draft. Number 2 pick, Hashim Tabit, going to the Memphis Grizzlies with the number 2 pick in the 2009 draft.
Yeah, I don't know. I was going to let you finish, but these number 6s, that run of number 6s, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Number 3, Dragan Bender, number 4 pick in 2016. Was that the same year they ended up with Marquise Chris? And the Suns thought, here we go. We got some things cooking.
Great name.
Court.
Great name.
I remember he was with the Warriors in that 15-win season.
Man.
And I think he went overseas. He's still playing. Number 2 is Anthony Bennett, the number 1 pick in 2013. What pick could be worse than that? Darko Milicic, the number 2 pick in the 2003 draft, sandwiched among some players that, as I recall, ended up being pretty good.
Pretty darn good. Now, okay, according to Field of 68, they must not be counting injuries because no big Greg Oden on the list. I think he's on top 12. I think he's got to be somewhere, but this gets into the whole conversation of bust versus
bad
bust
judgment
because of
as opposed
injury.
to bad luck.
Yeah, because he's not on there. Okay,
that was also a residue of that old school thinking, which is you got to have that dominant center.
Right.
Kevin Durant's great, but he's not that dominant center.
That's what got the Warriors
and the Detroit Pistons and the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, and that's why, the Zach Edey thing, the Grizzlies taking him at 9, I didn't really agree with. I know Klingon at with the Blazers, but again, I guess it's different when you're not looking at them to be your full centerpiece.
I'll give you another example of one of those that went sideways. Not as bad as some of these, but Yang Hansen, right?
Yeah, now that was so curious. Already having Klingon, but why?
An unnecessary reach.
Yeah. And I don't think that dude played at all. But he stayed on the team. I don't know if it was a marketing thing. Like he wasn't on the G League team, but he just didn't play. Yeah. But I don't know about 6. That's a pretty, I don't know. That seems too low to me. We're talking busts. I need 1s and 2s and 3s.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah.
A 6th pick, I don't know. You're not even in the top 5. Like having a couple 6 on here and not having Greg Oden doesn't make a lot of sense. Right?
Yeah. Maybe you can give us your list tomorrow, among other things. We're going to be busy tomorrow, though.
We're going to be very busy.
Yeah.
I don't know about tomorrow.
Back with you on draft day. Thanks for being with us. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And whatever you do, stick around because more outstanding sports talk is coming up right here. Thanks for listening to Drive Guys.